episode 29 of Crimson Knights. And we continue to move forward, and things have been insane. And last week was Spec-freaking-tacular.
Yeah.
I had a hell of a time last week. Thank you guys for that. That was a great game. So, who is going to start the recap of the Journey of 10 Feet last week?
By the way,
for some of us.
Before that, I was debating whether or not we give Thomas or the GM our Benny this week because of last week. It was really good.
We did mention in the group chat that he was the best rogue of the night for sure.
No, we did not mention that.
He was pretty
all
spectacular.
They were all lies.
You didn't agree with it, but it was mentioned.
Matthew, you need to stop. No drugs, Matthew. You need to stop doing drugs.
I refuse.
Can't tell me what to do.
I love it. Okay, so who's recapping?
Matt.
Sounds like Matt.
He just has a good memory. That guy is memorable.
Well, you could listen to the recaps yourself.
Oh, I'll do it. If you want me to do it, I'll do it. But
no, I know.
You're gonna learn a lot about Thomas that you didn't know. I'll tell you that much.
That's what worries me. You're like, I may have a good memory. You're just like making stuff up.
I will give Valen 2 bennies if he does the recap next week.
No, I have a good idea. How about he does a recap now,
need him.
and then Matt does the actual recap?
No, that sounds like a waste of my time.
No, we're not doing that
So
tonight.
here Valen's
I'll
version
cover
of-
everything already. Matthew, you have nothing to say.
All right. So we started off at the top of the stairs again.
Yeah.
Where we were deciding what to do, and Valen immediately jumped to his death. It was very exciting. But instead, we decided to check out the silver dragon skull that was up there. And Leodir turned Dalcom into a spider so that he could
Just give him
flip
spider
around
legs.
over. Yeah, just
So I was curious about that. Did he have like spider legs pop out of his back, or did his feet just stick to the wall like a spider, or what was it?
He just turns into Spider-Man.
Okay, so he can just hold onto the wall like a normal
You
person.
just walk on 2 feet and
Okay.
walk sideways. Yeah.
Okay.
Although spider legs coming out of his back is possibly one of the best mental images. It's been a long time.
best
Oh, yeah.
worst. So he was on his way over, and as he was passing a window, he saw bushes move and a shadow flit across. But then he kept on going, and he found that inside the dragon skull, through the holes in the bones, there was, where the tongue would be, there was a spot that definitely held some kind of small chest. At this point, Thomas decided to kind of head down the hallway to take care of some trap business, as he is our master trapper.
Oh, you are just pushing it tonight, boy.
You specifically told him you do not want to touch any traps.
I told him. I
Those
didn't tell
were
you.
your words.
You've never heard that.
I don't know. We were all right there in the room with you when that was said.
I was stealth. I wouldn't be like. Wait, no. How did I do that?
No. You were not stealthed in
I
the
was
room when you spoke to Thomas next to us.
Hold on. No, did I stealth first? I checked on him.
You stealthed to check on him.
Yeah.
You told him you don't want to do any traps at the very, very end of the episode.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Valen, I
you're
don't think you're doing the recap. It's Matt's story now. Matt,
Anyway.
Matt has the facts.
Man,
Matt's
No matter what I may make them, they are my facts.
they're my facts.
But anyway, Valen decided to sneak his way down to find out what he was doing, and was successful. So he just snuck down and snuck back, and that was that. So
Stickety snuck.
important. Thank you.
Yep.
And all the waiting really bothered Thorcom, so he just opened the door that was right in front of him, where we found Silent and a half-elf. And the half-elf, unbeknownst to
Halfling.
Valen and halfling. Sorry, Valen and Thorcom was the same one that had presented himself to Dimitri, and Silent decided to attack us. So, as Thorcum was raring to go, Valen just took him out. Just why not?
I think you left out Thomas's little
Thomas is fantastic. I don't know what you're talking about.
What did Thomas do?
Thomas had the most amazing oh god, words.
knife throw. With
Nope.
Blink.
Nope.
No.
Nope. Initiative roll.
Oh,
And so, but he did, of course, fail his throw with Blink, and it was a whole mess. Did a ton of damage to himself. And then Austin was like, "Haha, watch this," and just killed things as per usual. So,
Pew pew.
pew pew. At which point, he once again disappeared into mist and said, "I'll be back." Like, we'll be waiting. And
We didn't want this.
so then the halfling. My brain is so not here, and this is gonna be fantastic. Decided that he would kind of talk through it with us. So we stopped the battle for now, but left initiative up because God only knows what kind of nonsense we can say to make things so much worse. However, we were able to discuss quite a few things with him. Dimitri consistently called him a dead person. And we went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth on how we weren't good for the town. It's like, well, you weren't good for the town because y'all are dead. And then he was talking about how we were divided. And we were like, well, Todd's like, no offense, bro, but I don't even know you. And so that's when he revealed to us that he was the Dragon Silverholtz. And that was his home. And we were all just a trespassing in it. So, God, there's so much that happened in one space.
It was that room saw a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to get it all in the right order in my head too, which is tough. Yeah. So he basically discussed with us. We all kind of did a bit of a role play on why we would be able to help, why we were there in general. He said that we were friends of vampires, and we once again lied and all kinds of stuff there. Like, nah, that's not us. We withheld truths.
Someone's sword got a bit jittery.
Someone's sword did get a bit jittery. But he eventually said that we were all divided with different gods, asked what gods we served, and Dalcum had a fantastic moment where he talked about how the roots of a tree grow in different directions, but they all serve one purpose.
That was beautiful.
That was fantastic. I love that so much.
Yeah, I'm going to get back made with that.
Yeah, and that he told him that he served the 20-eyed god, at which point he told us that we were not powerful enough and that we would not be able to defeat Quillen because he, at his strongest power, had himself underestimated him because he had thought that he was still just the son of Strahd, but was in fact much more since he was now connected to the other ancient god. So he basically stripped him of a lot of his power, which is why he was stuck here in the mansion or the Silverhold Manor.
I want to just add one thing. Did he, and this is for my reference too, didn't he say that Quillen was possibly more powerful now than the vampire that sired him?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He didn't say that. He did indeed say that, sorry.
That's crazy.
He did say that Silent will be back, so we should speak quickly. And Dalcum asked if Silent was the one that was out in the streets, the shadows, and he mentioned that in the bushes was mentioned that was most likely the wraith guarding the area and hunting his kinsfolk. But he asked us if we had anything that we could use to we finally kind of got him on our side, asked if we had anything that we could use to fight Quillen, at which point Dalcum immediately pulled out the hilt of the 20-eyed god's rapier, and he got all excited and shooed us out of the room. And he said, give me some time. And we're like, well, what about Silent? He's like, I don't care.
Well, he showed us
Figure it
a
out.
scale. Remember, he had that really his last scale,
Yes,
the last
his
thing
last scale.
attaching him to this world, I think, or I don't know how he said it.
Right. He did also mention that they would probably want the skull to basically remove him from the world as well. So take all power away from him being able to help anyone by taking the last remaining vestige of him. So we went outside where Dimitri was able to heal Thomas. It's very important.
Still upset by that.
Yeah, and then we waited for him to finish, and then we opened the doors back up and went back in.
That is not how I remember that, and I'm sure Dalcum remembers it completely different.
I was like, wow, that was just kind of skated right by that one. Didn't it?
Shit there. I told you, it's my truths down. You're in my recap. So Silent did come back, and we fought. It was very bloody. He did a lot of damage. Very bad person. And,
Nothing to see here.
no. Actually, Dalcum and Thomas and Thorcum were kind of clustered together. Thomas did miss again after once again a crazy initiative roll. And then Thorcum, in all of his green iron glory, swung his mace in anger and accidentally hit his good friend Dalcum with the element of his demise, which sent him flying across the room for, I believe, it was a total of almost 90 damage by the end of it. So
Dalcum doesn't remember.
yeah, for the best.
He blacked out.
Bryce remembers. Dalcum does not.
Concussions are a son of a bitch.
But we were able to defeat him once more, even so, and then we were called back into the room. It was at this point that the rapier was presented over to Dimitri, and Thorcum did try to assist with that, but it was repulsed from his body and dropped to the ground, which was picked up again and then handed over to Dimitri. And as he reached for it, he was sent into another world where he knew he would have to make a choice, and he saw there with him his good sword, Yosef, and he had a wonderful moment where he discussed how they could work together and join forces to defeat his father if he would only join with him. And so Yosef said that they don't need no other stinking sword, because why would you need both of them, you greedy Todd?
Dual wield, perhaps?
Could have been.
And Dimitri said, I know the answer. I know the right answer, but I don't know that I have the strength to make it. But he did. And it was a fantastic moment where he took Yosef's hand and melded together with him. And that is why Dimitri, I believe, gets our Benny this week, because that was a really, really awesome RP and moment and idea that he had to combine everything together, which then created the joint Dimitri Yosef that was not even part of the plan. So really excellent stuff there. But that then still meant that there was a rapier to be had that was once again dropped onto the floor. So that fell to the floor. We look up and we see that Dimitri now has a dragon rapier and fangs. So, and we didn't even just really discuss that. We haven't really gotten very far. So.
I think
At the time.
he has fangs. Did we notice that he has fangs, or he just has
Yes, we
fangs?
did.
Did we notice? Oh, okay.
100%.
But it did all kind of happen all at once.
Probably don't
In
wanna
the
stay
meantime,
in front of the dragon guy.
I'm sure he
probably
noticed
did.
too, but he's
Hopefully
also
not.
dead now. So,
So
Valen
we can
did
take the skull.
Yeah, Valen took Thorcum aside and tried to meta him to death, but we put a good little end to that for a bit. And but did express his concern and ask if he was okay, because he was asking acting a little differently and maybe even possessed, like Valen himself had once been.
I know that feeling. Been there.
So it was a nice moment. At which point, then we had Leodir reverently pick up the rapier, and Silverholt asked him, "Are you sure that you want to be the one to wield this weapon?" To which he said, "No, but it was a lot of work that you put into it, and it should not be forgotten on the ground. But who should have it?" And so all eyes then turned to Thorcum, and before anything could happen, Thorcum threw the disgusting green mace of his into the fire. He actually had no care about the green iron part of it, just that he was like, you know what? Forget this crap. There's something new coming on. Worked out.
Thorcum in a nutshell.
Yeah, pretty much. So the green mace in the fire was writhing and screaming and turned into some kind of hand, which apparently is still there. So gotta figure that out. And then Thorcum reached out to grab the rapier, at which point he was pulled into another dimension, where he saw both Dalcum and the 20-eyed god. And the 20-eyed god told him that he needed a cleric, but Thorcum's previous swinging ways would not do, because he had the older, truer ways where Thorcum would just straight up die if he cheated on him. So he had a little bit of Cully Clarkson in him, and
I need a god.
Thorcum mentioned that the reason that he had done so was because he was constantly seeking the power that he needed, and if the 20-eyed god was able to provide that, there would be no reason for that. So they both had faith in each other at that point. And so Thorcum cut open his hand to freely offer himself to the 20-eyed god. I fell asleep during the part with Dalcum. So do you remember what he told you?
For my talking with him, we talked about oh shoot, not all of it, but I do remember the god was mentioning that our bond has become stronger.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And that we talked on Penchanis as well, and then also I might be missing some other details here.
He did say that.
I'm checking my notes now.
I'd say
He said that he could make you stronger, but you would have to be at the castle.
That's
he said he could boost us
because that was the one.
Oh
yeah. You will be stronger when, and I was like, when I reach level 20. So yeah, when I'm at the castle, and that would be the time when he would have to basically really push his power, but he can only do it for a short while, or there was a line along those lines, something like that. God said. So.
Yeah, he would have to be in close proximity to Quillen at his castle for him to be able to boost us in that moment.
Yeah, Matthew, you did say, I think you said the 20-eyed's name too for the first time.
I did, yes.
I don't know if you mentioned that.
But not yet, because we aren't there yet.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. But he did then.
I thought you said it when you cut your hand.
No,
I thought you said it when you first. That's what I thought. I thought you said it when you first went in there. So maybe I misunderstood.
Nope. Get in there.
Okay.
So, understandable though. It was a lot. He did tell me when I received the weapon from him that I would just need to say his name. And so when we came back to the room, you all watched as the armor in my backpack liquefied and then rewrapped itself around me into red gleaming seamless armor. And I turned and said his name to all of us, and I said, for Yazarax. And the rapier became the mace that exploded at the end into a dragon scale tip. So pretty darn cool there.
Yeah.
So now we know the god Yazarax, and the dragon Silverholt was very intrigued by this, saying, you are God-touched, all of you, and that is why he knew that we would have the power and we would be able to do so if we just continued on a little bit further. So he sacrificed himself to give us one last blessing of 2 levels. But before doing so, he did mention a few things to each of us. He mentioned to Leodir that his father was waiting for him at his grave, where there would be something of great importance there. And he also mentioned to Valen and Thomas that they were 2 sides of the same coin.
Nope, didn't happen.
Just 2 lovers
Nope.
waiting
Nope.
for their time.
Absolutely not.
I'm still
That
waiting
didn't
for
happen.
you guys to become friends like in Step Brothers. I'm serious. That is literally a relationship.
Get your balls off my drums.
Thomas is fine with it. Thomas did wax poetical about how he was in awe of Valen and very happy to be in the group. So, it's really just Valen's insecurities at this point that's holding everything back, per
Yeah,
usual.
That's Valen in a nutshell, though.
Per usual.
But that is pretty much where we are.
Nice, very good. Did anyone else have anything they wanted to add to that?
I felt like I did, but now I can't remember.
Okay, it was a very good,
Very good.
recap. Okay, so one would go to Thorcom, he's obviously full. One would go to Dimitri, but which I'm going to in a second. However, I thought you guys were all really badass last week, so I'm going to give everyone a Benny that isn't capped. So,
Yay.
All right.
Oh. Hey, Matt, I just want to let you know you've been unable to receive more bennies than I've ever spent.
that's true.
Well,
Or ever gotten at this point.
I guess there's something to be said for that.
So,
I either don't need to roll because it's high enough, or I can't roll because it's a 1. I'm stuck with my bennies half the time.
And I haven't been killing myself lately, so to give you anything to use your bennies on,
I know.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Loving the new image for Matt's
Just
character in roll.
Ah, it's fantastic.
I
I gotta
so
put-
happy.
Put the other new one in the group real quick too, because that
In
was
my
fun.
head, though, this like shining red armor with the amber thing in the center, I'm thinking like Dwarf Iron Man.
That's sick. I like that. Okay. So everyone's at max bennies now, which is
Woo!
the first time that's ever happened, I think. So
Yeah.
very cool.
Very cool.
So you say this, all this stuff happens. Silverholt dissolves into mist as his power infuses you all. As you all feel this deep power that is now welling inside of you, you hear a voice in your heads, and you recognize it instantly as Silverholt's, and he says, "I would suggest running." And you look over, and the fire is now going out of control, out of the fireplace, and starting to climb up the walls of the building around you. This building starts to shake as you see cracks start to appear in the walls. The ground underneath you starts to crack and twist underneath you as whatever power of magic that was holding this place together is now gone. And between the place falling apart and that magic fire that's happening, you need to get out right now.
Is the hand still there in the fire?
It is completely engulfed in green fire right now. Yes.
Okay, can I like smash it with my hammer as we run?
No, it's completely like engulfed. Like there's like probably 6 feet all the way around of green fire at this point. Like,
Gotcha.
Right. Valen's gonna run for that
Right,
rope.
cast
The
Mage
rope's
Hand
still
and grab hand.
dangling, right?
yes. I'm sorry. Hold on, Valen. What'd you say, John?
Can I cast Mage Hand to?
Yeah, you can try.
You can certainly try. And it
It's on my
starts.
shirt.
So here we go.
That's it.
Yeah.
I cast.
We
Mage
don't
Hand.
want the hand.
So he's the only one that can grab the hand, I think.
You want to
Okay.
smash it?
I mean, I don't want it to be around, but if we think it's being destroyed, that's fine.
Okay.
I don't
All right.
because we don't want to take it with us, obviously.
Okay.
But I can't touch it.
Well, if you don't want it, then that's fine. Let's get out of here.
I'm planning on running, but before we run, can I take a quick visual look at his desk? Just make sure there's nothing interesting on it before I run for my life.
You go to look at his desk quickly, and the ground opens up underneath it, and you see the desk fall below into the section below you.
All right. So going back
Darn,
to
it
me,
was
I was-
full of
I was
amazing
running.
things like that.
Yeah.
So I'm. We have the rope still dangling, right?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. So because of the urgency in the fire, Valen's gonna kind of just blind leap over the railing to grab the rope in some acrobatic display to just leap off, grab the rope, and slide down.
Please
And
roll a 1.
Smooth move.
Yeah, I definitely want to see an acrobatics check here.
right.
Go ahead and do it at advantage, though, because I think it's really cool.
I hope you got those bennies ready. Oh, hey, never mind.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Okay.
For sure. You absolutely do that, and it looks sick as you just like blind jump over, grab it, and slide down.
Did Thomas see?
Thomas 1,000,000% saw and is slack jawed.
All right, good. That's all
Yeah.
that matters.
What does Thomas do?
No, he didn't do nothing.
We'll see. We'll see what the GM has.
He really is staring, just like in shock at this, and like the building is starting to crack. The ceiling is starting to like fall in around you in places. You all need to run, and you need to run now. Tell me how you're getting out of this place, and then we'll see what you guys are gonna roll to get out the way you want to get out.
I'm gonna probably do something similar to what Valen did, which is basically running and leaping from the rope, that type of thing.
Okay, great. Let's see an
All right.
acrobatics check
Come on, Dimitri.
Well, my acrobatics isn't as good
or
as I hoped.
athletics, either one.
It's okay. I already did it.
Okay.
Well,
Dimitri, you jump off the edge to do something like just as cool as Valen, but you almost miss the rope. Like you're like grabbing for it, and you finally like grab it like just in time and like slow your fall. But as you're coming down, you hear crack, and the rope comes down with you. You fall the last like 5 feet onto the ground, and you're holding now the rope with like the banister part in your hand, like tied to the other end. And you like look up and you see them up above you.
Oh no.
so I do a quick sleight of hand.
Nope, you are done with your turn. Next, who's up next?
Oh, all right.
Quick question. I know
I'm
it
gonna try to
hasn't
help
been
you.
terribly long since the last time, but is that spell still active on me for?
It's probably been less than an hour, huh?
Yeah, to run on walls.
Was it an hour or was
bet
it a
you-
minute? I thought it was
It's
a
an
minute.
hour.
That was an
That
hour.
one was an hour.
It's an hour that lasts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I think it's probably been an hour. Seems reasonable. I think it's within an hour.
Can I
Nice.
just like run down the side of the wall?
Yeah, you can.
Why not?
Absolutely.
Why not?
Yes.
That's awesome. I love it.
However, because you're trying to like put your feet on like the side of a wall and you're trying to like kind of be a little bit careful, I do want to
Yeah.
roll here. It can be
Gross.
athletics, acrobatics. It can be.
Oh, you mean all of my -2 traits? Okay,
Right.
let's see here.
Yes. It could also be.
I'm gonna religion my way down the stairs.
Yeah,
I would
wanna
love
see that.
to.
You could also. I would also even probably give you perception
Animal
here,
hand.
like you're trying to look on where you're going to step. You can choose
Animal
one
hand,
of those 3 things, and
Let
you
me
can do
see,
it
let me
at
see.
advantage because you have spider climb on you right now.
I'll do athletics.
Or animal handling because you're acting like a spider.
Hey.
Oh, hey, there you
Oh,
go.
no, 21, totally. Yeah, you run down there, no
Nice
problem.
Awesome.
I just see the gnome just.
Me and Thorcom are left.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just
No, just that's a visual.
This is not great for me either.
You can think outside of the box, figure out something else you can do. If you're up for it.
How
Also,
far of a drop is it?
what did it say? 25 feet? 30 feet?
50.
Ooh, that's far. Holy crap.
So, while you're thinking about that for a second, you guys see the building is coming down more and more. Rubble is trying to come off the ceiling, blah, blah. You watch as the huge silver dragon head starts to like rock and like twist on the thing. It looks like it's about to fall down. onto the
Right.
bottom floor below, which also might block the door to get out.
That's bad.
You are evil.
And the green flame is now coming out of the room that you guys were in and starting to like burn more and more of this building. Okay,
Matthew?
Thorkim or later, what he can do.
If he's got something, I know what I'm going to do for this whole time, so I'm just waiting.
Let's see
Yeah,
it,
it's
Thorkim.
about that.
Or do you want to be
I
honest?
don't really care. I just
Okay, yeah.
wanted to. Yeah,
Hit me.
I'm going to use my steps of the night and just freaking fly out the door.
Okay, I don't remember what that is exactly. What is it?
As long as I'm in dim light or darkness, I give myself flying speed for a minute.
Question.
Hold on one second.
Mhm.
That's super cool. However, the green flame is making this whole area incredibly bright.
Specifically said the green flame had no light.
I did until it started to get out of control, and when it got really hot too. Both those times I mentioned that it gave off light.
Interesting.
I liked your idea though. That was smart.
Yeah, it was really smart.
Can you
I
cast-
think
can
you
you
would know
cast
that, so
darkness
I'm not
in
going to
there?
like make you roll.
No, I hear you.
anything,
That's
but,
fine.
Like,
All right, then
sorry,
I got to
what were you
figure out what
asking,
I'm doing.
Malcolm?
I was looking for a spell, but I know that a potion. But we put all of our.
We have the
potions
potion
in
of flying,
Okay. I
but
was
that
just
is
checking.
only for one person. So I was gonna probably give that to later if he didn't have anything. But if not, then I'll have to take it.
Just checking. Thank you. That was all. That was my only question. I knew one of us had it in a backpack or a Ziploc bag somewhere.
I love the idea
if you
now
don't-
of
if you don't
adventuring
have a-
packs and little Ziplocs pulling out. Like I. Sorry,
Yeah.
what
Would
did
it
you
be
say later?
possible? Would it be possible
No.
to like?
Thorkim,
Balin.
if you don't have a way down, I can. Here, hold on. I can dimension door us.
How high of a level is that?
Wow! Shut up, Valen. Plus 30.
Wait a minute. I have a way I can get down. So, I mean, I'll do that if that's your only option, because why not at that point? But I do have a way for me if you think you've got another way.
I want to see you like Iron Man jump down just to the bottom, just smashing the ground with your new armor.
That's pretty much what I'm going to do.
I love it.
There you go.
Hey, and
You can heal yourself
I'm
anyways.
really-
Don't matter.
I'm willing to try and. Is there anything else maybe hanging that I might be able to say, lower myself from the banister and jump off to another hanging thing to catch that and then jump down again, kind of a
You
thing?
could, in theory, jump off the ledge, catch the chandelier, and then drop
Mhm.
the rest of the way. But then you'll still be dropping like 15 feet, but that's a hell of a lot better than 25 to 30 feet.
That'd be cool.
But
Okay.
obviously, if you
How about
miss,
if I do,
then
I want
it'll be
to I want to
better.
jump to the chandelier and try and jump down, and then I want to use my mage hand shove to soften my fall on the way down.
Mage Hand does not have a high enough weight pushing to slow you down. It's you can't.
But one of my feet is specifically a shove where it can move a person.
Yeah, everyone has the shove ability. It's part of the standard D&D thing, and that's like with your hands.
No, this is mage hand.
Oh, I don't know what that is. What is that?
It's the invisible hand.
No, I know what Mage Hand is. I'm asking what it is that lets you shove or push with it.
I don't know.
It's a mage hand. It's a hand made of mages.
Telekinetic shove. Sorry.
I mean,
Where is-
could we
Oh, I see.
offer to
no.
help catch him or something?
No, Christos is locking us down. He said,
You
no.
guys, this is all happening like super fast, although we're taking forever to talk about it. Like this is all like boom, 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 and it's like done, and it's just gonna happen all together. Otherwise, if you want to like do things, you're all gonna die inside this building.
All right.
I did one today.
Second time I've heard that today.
You try to come over there, shove one creature you can see within 30 feet of you. The target must succeed a strength, dexterity check, or be moved 5 feet away from you. Creature can willingly fail the save. Sure. Yeah, you can do that. You're still gonna roll, but I think that makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense.
Okay. And am I rolling acrobatics at this point? Because I'm jumping and swinging and.
Yeah. So we're gonna have an acrobatics roll from you as you jump off this thing to try to grab onto the chandelier, or athletics, either one. I don't care.
Oh no!
So here is my Benny.
Okay.
Oh no!
Chandelier drop.
Okay. Cool.
Death by
So,
chandelier.
if you're willing to spend a Benny here, I'm happy to let you make this jump, land on the chandelier, swing up for a second, and then drop down and do the teleconnect shove. And then I would like you to roll 1d6, and you're going to take that much damage as you fall.
Okay. I don't know why you give up to Benny.
It won't let you drag and drop it on this thing.
I
there
gotta
it goes.
open it.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
And then 1d6.
Yeah, you take 1d6 damage.
4.
Why can't I click on that Benny? What the heck is going on? Whatever.
Yeah, it was being really weird to me too.
Okay. So yeah, take those 4 damage. You
Nice
land. The dust kind of goes flying into the room. That room kind of like is still shaking. Thorcum, what are you gonna do?
I am going to cast Shield of Faith.
Oh, kamikaze.
Jump down, aiming for Valen. What? And I'm gonna crawl up into a little ball.
An
You better
angry
be
dog
roll
ball.
against this. I get to acrobat that.
It's a cannonball.
So you're trying to like missile into Valen?
Really, like more like a. I don't want to say missile, although I kind of do want to missile, but
Like a wrecking
I
ball
kind of
into
want to
Valen?
like, yeah, I kind of like. And my thought process here is I kind of want to aim in a way like I'm doing a little quick like physics thing where I'm looking because it's stairs, right? Obviously they're broken down, but I kind of want to like bounce, but have him cushion my fall at the end.
A bowling ball down some stairs.
Oh
Is that what it is?
gosh!
Like as much as I can, just.
I did say whatever I can do to help you, I guess, but I didn't have this in mind.
So I would like an athletics check here or acrobatics.
It takes 0 of either of those.
Yeah, okay, you're welcome. But I would like you to do it at advantage here.
You bastard!
Because hitting Valen is always a win for me.
Well, I got this Benny here.
Oh, so close.
Second.
You're gonna burn a Benny going down
On
the stairs?
yeah.
All right, perfect. So, however you want that to work, then of you coming down for paying that Benny, I'm happy to let happen. I'm on the. I see what's happening. I see why I can't grab the Benny. Okay, I don't know what happened to the last one. Someone stole it. Good for you.
I moved it. I moved it behind the Benny's removed place.
Oh, nice. Okay. So yeah, what is it like? What does it look like as you come bouncing down this thing and like bang, 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 bang?
So like, because it's all just in pieces. So I'm like perfectly physicsing. I hit all these like remaining pieces and like just at this angles, bang, bang, bang. And Valen has turned to run, and I just smash into his back and keep rolling out the door.
Nice. I love it.
So those cartoons go together.
That's
Like,
fantastic. and because you use a spell here, I won't make you take any damage from this fall. But it's still you make it, you land it, Valen, you just like flatten, boom. Feels very much like when Zaul stepped on you. However, you don't roll out the door because the door is still shut.
Oh, that's right.
However, you guys are all down here now. The building's crashing, thinking.
What about Thomas?
Thomas, you're right.
Mm.
Let's see what Thomas rolls.
Oh
As
boy.
he is going to attempt to do what John did, or what Leodir did, because that's the only thing that makes sense to him right now. He's not going to go rolling down the thing.
Mhm.
he would have had a higher initiative, so he definitely would have done it before a lot of us.
No, he's a servant.
At
He
least
has to
before
wait.
Valen.
He has to wait for all of us to do it.
Oh, is that how the game works?
That's how it works. He's a little footstool.
Where the heck is this? Sorry. What is he better at? Acrobats or athletics? Acrobatics.
Thing of than Valen.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know, you and
There it goes. Okay, so he jumps off this thing, grabs a hold of the chandelier, like holds onto it for a second, swings forward, jumps off, backflips, swan dives, turns and lands like a freaking gymnast on the ground. A slight puff of smoke like goes up around his feet, and he's like, and he looks at you, Valen, and he's like, "I learned that from you."
You mean as my, like is my
No, he
face is
didn't.
smushed into the ground with the dwarf on top of me? Like
Exactly.
Valen, you've never done that before.
By the way, Thomas just rolled a natural 20 on that. But
Oh my god.
Fantastic. I love it.
what,
Okay.
dear? I need to come. I need to go now. I need to leave. What you said? What?
okay, so you guys watch. Everybody is like
poopy
down there
faces.
right now. The building's shaking harder and harder. More and more pieces are coming out. You look at the door. You get up. You're about to start running towards it, and in front of you, mist starts to form, and Silent stands in front of you. You also start to see the door shake, and you start to see axes start to come through it, clunk, clunk, like in little pieces. And Silent stands there looking at you all, and he says, "It is time for you to leave. This is the end." And he turns around and uses his huge glaive and slams into the door, and the door explodes into slivers like outside. And you see 3 gnomes standing there with axes as they were like trying to like take down this door. And they look inside and they see Silent standing there, and you watch as Silent disappears in the mist. And the door in front of you is open. You watch as the skull starts to come off the ceiling and going to land right where you guys are. You all run through the door and jump in through the thing like a cinematic moment of the building like exploding behind you. Green fire everywhere. You jump through the door and land. Boom, 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 boom. And you smell incense. You look up and you're not outside the building. You're in a room, you're in a shop full of green items everywhere.
Hey!
And you look up, and
And
you
some
hear
Jamaican
him
music
say,
playing in the background.
"Welcome to Zoblub Shop. I'm Zoblub. Oh, you've got some stragglers. Welcome."
Right.
Wow.
I'm so happy.
Fantastic.
Zablob, it's good to see you. We didn't expect to see you so soon. We didn't know if we'd see you again.
I'm always around and never around. It is my gift.
Oh. So
But-
how you been?
Procured more things.
How have you been?
Oh, business has been dreadful, but that is okay. I may have found some things for you, my friends.
Oh.
Ooh.
Are you interested?
Yes.
Always.
Yes.
Did have one question for you first.
Of
Would
course.
you tell me the true reason why you're collecting these green items?
No, we should ask that last.
He kind of like leans forward and looks at you with his bloodshot eye, and he's like, "I like the color green."
And Valen quickly ushers him away, say, "And we totally believe you, and would love to see what you have."
I knew I put something in my inventory that was green. I mean, I picked something up for this
I'm trying to-
purpose. That was
Me
green.
too. I'm trying to look for something.
But I never
You
put it in my
should've made
inventory.
notes.
I do still have the broken part of the symbol, so I'm gonna take it out and
You
say,
do not still have the broken part of the symbol. It literally
Oh, it just never
turned
left my inventory.
liquid and disappeared.
when did
when,
that
uh,
happen?
When you went into the dream the first time and met the 29 God,
Gotcha.
it literally like dissolves.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because it was still in my inventory, so I was surprised.
Oh, sorry, I did not take it out.
No, that's fine.
That's-
And maybe you did sense, because now I'm not seeing it.
Okay, good. I
Mm.
did. I remember to take it out.
Good.
Good job.
Good job.
It was there like 3 days ago, so
Okay.
this must have been while you were doing all this stuff. That's perfect.
I say I've
All
done
right.
a lot of people's things here. Oh, actually, that reminds me. Thank you for reminding me. Hold the horses. Give me one second here. I did not finish editing your character sheet.
Yes.
Hmm.
Do we?
Hold on.
Should we take a break or
I ha-
2 minute
No,
break?
no. It's just gonna take a second.
I have a suspicion.
There you go.
Ooh.
Refresh. And thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So sorry, I meant to do that earlier. I was waiting until you were locked in for your choices. Okay.
Gotcha.
So Zablob looks at you all and says, "You seem to have found quite the excitement lately."
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's an understatement. We just walked out of the house of a dragon. Didn't think I'd ever meet one of those.
Hmm.
Mm.
Calling Silverholt a dragon is much like calling a mouse a werewolf. But I do understand what you're saying. He turns around and he walks over and he goes and he grabs this goes over to like this big green chest. And he's like click click, and he opens it up and he says, you with the crossbow. What's your name again?
Valen.
Ah, yes, that's right. Come here. And he reaches. I've given up trying to figure out Valen's accent. It could be anything, any week. I don't know. Like,
Valen Green.
when when dealing with him, we gotta
Sure.
yeah,
Right.
you know, you
you
totally
know,
You know.
you know,
you know,
And you always know.
I know.
So he reaches in and he pulls out the
You know.
shield. It's all wood and metal, wood and steel. It has emblazoned on the front the image of a dragon, and it's all painted green. And he holds it up to you, and he's like, I have the feeling this would be very useful for you. And he hands this shield to you. He says, we'll talk price in a minute for the whole lot.
I'm gonna say you know best, and I give him a deep bow and take it graciously.
When you take the shield, it's really freaking weird because there's no arm thing in it. Like it's just like a shield with no arm brace. He starts to kind of reach in the thing again. He's like, you with the absolutely fabulous hat. Come here.
Ah.
Well, thank you for noticing. I haven't taken it off since I got it here.
It is such an excellent hat. Just wait until it shows you its true self. Oh, it was so wonderful. Anyway, and he reaches in and he pulls out 2 green boots.
Heck yeah.
And he holds these up to you and he's like, so you're a little bit more quick on your feet. Yes. And he like hands these boots to you.
They be rubber.
They're actually they're beautifully, like, they're green leather. They have like what looks like clouds like etched in sewed into them. They are beautiful high-end boots. Also ridiculously light.
Wow. This is these are amazing. Thanks. I don't want to ask where you got them. I'm very excited to try them on though.
Yes. Where I got things and is not important anymore. Yeah, it's just and then he reaches in and he's like, "Oh yeah, yes, you. Oh, you look different." And he points at you, Thorcum, and he says, how interesting. You too. And he points at Dalcum. He's like, what I had planned for you might not be appropriate now. Well, come here, you dwarf. He starts like going through the bath. He's like, no, not that. No, I can't use that. Oh God, bless it. He's like kind of going through stuff, and finally he's like, ha! And he pulls out a belt, and he's like, yes, this. It's this beautiful green leather belt with what looks like snowflakes embroidered in it. And he's like, yes, this will be perfect. And he hands it to you.
All right. And I'm going to tell him, I don't think we've found much, but we will keep hunting for green iron for you to take from this place. And I turn around and walk away.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
He says, well, green is the best color. And he's like, but, it's not like I'm purposely collecting anything in specific. I would never, ever possibly interfere with the realm beyond. No.
Of course not. I would never suggest such a thing.
Then he reaches into his bag and he starts like looking around through stuff and he's like, yes. Yes. Come here, cousin. And he kind of like beckons you forward, Dalcum.
Dalcum walks over.
And he's like, I unfortunately do not have anything for you, per se. I, however, sent a care package to your little militia. They call themselves the Andalroot Force, which I find is absolutely hysterical and adorable. He's like, but I sent them a little care package in from you, of course. I hope you don't mind.
Thank you. This
Yes.
is pleasing. Thank you. He's like actually happy.
And he's like, I sent it either yesterday or a year ago. I can't tell you exactly, but it's been somewhere in that time frame.
Thank you. I will have to check in with them to see if they have received it.
Yes, excellent. That would be perfect. Also, have you found the other earring yet?
No, I wanted to ask you if you have found any leads on its last known whereabouts.
No, sadly, I have not. He's like, I continue to search, but it is beyond my finding for some reason, which is truly quite impressive.
Dalcum pulls back his hat a little bit, and there's the one is hanging, and he's like, then I shall continue looking for the other one. And he like pulls his hat back over.
He's like, thank you. And remember to listen to what it tells you if it tells you. Thank you, cousin. Thank you. And then he looks at you, Leodir, and he says, you, new one, come here.
Hello.
He's like, so, first off, I am terribly sorry you fell in with these people. It's an awful experience. I understand the pain you're going through.
Oh, well, it's not that bad. The pain wears off.
He's like, yes, it always does. He's like, but I do have something for you. And he reaches into his box and he pulls out this thing, and it's like this ornate vial. It's made with like this green gold kind of substance and a clear vial. And he takes it out and he hands it to you very reverently. He hands it to you and you take it and you look at this thing, and it's this very pretty vial. And then at the very top of the stopper, the sharp little point. And he says, this is what's known as a blood vial. It's very rare, very hard to come by. And many people are afraid to use them. But I think you I think you have what it takes. I do. He says, besides, I have a good feeling about you. He like taps your chest and he says, very soon you shall, well, you'll see. He like taps you. And he's like, you, the butler, come here. And Thomas is like looking around, like he's like shrunk down to like nothing, and he's like walking very quietly over to him. And he's like, hello? And he's like, yes. I have something very important for you, and if I give it to you, you may never take it off. And he's like, uh-huh. And he reaches in, he pulls out a string, and connected to the string is a green golden coin. And he takes it and he puts it around Thomas's neck. And he says, this coin will be of the utmost importance at some point. Just trust me. And he's like, what? And he's like, just trust me. And he like taps him on the chest. He's like, go, get out of my sight. And like, he's like, okay. And he like moves out of the way. You guys see the coin that's around his neck, and it kind of like is like flopping back and forth as he's like moving and looking and stuff. And on both sides of the coin is the image of Bahamut. And so Zoblub like goes behind the desk. He pulls out his big, massive pipe, climbs up on top of it, sets it down, takes this huge, long drag. All right, let's talk price. What do you have to give me?
While they're kind of thinking about what they want to give him, can I do one thing?
Sure.
I'm afraid.
Well, I guess obviously I'm going to be thinking about it too, but because I want to kind of connect, I think this will be of value if it works. So I want to pray to the 28 God, and it's kind of almost like a test, but also mostly a test of Thorcum to see if he has grown since the last time he's seen Zoblub. And so I want to see if I can see that rainbow visage again and see if I have a greater understanding through the 28 God.
I like it. Okay. What are you going to say to him?
To the 28 God?
Mm-hmm.
I am going to say this being here is one that has helped us along the way, and I know that there is more there that can assist us to fulfill this goal, to fulfill your resurgence. And I have been on the cusp of understanding for so long with Ilmater, and I know you have been around far longer, and I require and request your assistance to know more. And I feel like if I can understand him, there is something that together we can find that will help influence him to our cause.
Okay. Go ahead and roll religion at advantage here. Also, Dulcum, could you roll Arcana at advantage here?
Yeah.
Two.
Okay.
13.
Nice.
Oh my god. All right.
You start to think about this, Thorcum. Like, is there a connection here? Blah, blah, blah. And you make this prayer, and as soon as you're like, the words are out of your mouth, you and Dulcum together, your eyes glaze over red, and you look and you see what is Zoblob. And it is this massive color of rainbow and power and just infinite depth. You very quickly realize that Zoblob is the same as the 20-eyed god, and he's the same as the darkness that is powering Quillen. And then you hear in your minds, both of you, do not hassle my sister. And then the connection severs and your eyes go back to normal.
Whose voice was that?
The 20-eyed gods.
Okay. Oof.
Okay.
Okay.
Do not hustle my sister.
I'm so confused. I think I get what you're saying. I don't know what to do with the information.
That might be Crimson Knights in a nutshell, actually.
Yeah.
I'm confused. I don't know what to do with the information.
Do I have an inkling of if he's meaning Zoblob or if he's meaning the other thing I was asking you about? I don't have any meaning. Okay.
I don't
Then
think, here, let me put it this way.
I wouldn't know.
I don't think that I think your first inclination is that he's talking about Zoblob. If that's correct or not, who knows? But I think that would be your first inclination.
Okay. Then I want to. Okay. Then I want to do it, but I'm going to ask as part of. Out of. Granted,
what?
I have to roll for it. I want to try and use my divine intervention to ask him if he knows where the other earring is, and if we should give it to Zoblob if we find it.
Okay. Okay.
Or if that is the sister he's speaking of.
Okay. Can you put divine intervention up in the chat?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know you have to roll for it.
Yeah. So I have to roll lower than a 16.
Yes. And there's nothing special on it.
No, but it's a D100.
That's
Which
weird.
is-
That is not helpful in any way. That what you put up there. That's so funny. Okay.
I mean, it says in action, you can request your deity's aid to roll a percent out of dice. If your roll is equal to or less than 16, your deity intervenes. You choose the nature of the intervention. If successful, you can't use this feature again for 7 days.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's what it says there, huh?
Yeah, but it yes. Go ahead and roll your D100.
Okay. Well,
88.
You make this fervent petition, and as you start to say this, it's like a rainbow colored light stops everything that you're saying in your mind from going out, like it's blocked it.
right.
Zoblob quickly, his eyes look at you, and then he has this weird kind of amused smile on his face at you. And he says, well, what are you guys offering me for the wonders that I have given you?
Well, Finn's gonna have his coin pouch out, kind of waiting for him to tell him what he wants. Like he's gonna barter with him.
I have a good idea too, but I figured You gonna do something, Thorcom, before we start bartering?
John, hold on. John needs a minute. It looks like. Yeah. Okay. Let's actually. This is a good time. Let's take 5. All right. So Zablob looks at you all, waiting to hear what you guys are going to offer him for your treasures or trash, whatever you want to look at it.
I guess I'm gonna say I'm gonna have my coin in my hand. I'm gonna look at the shield, and I'm gonna be like, "So tell me more." And it had a dragon crest on it, right? You said.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume this is Bahamut. Tell me more about this beautiful thing you have here.
It's a shield, and it stops things. This is what a shield does.
Yeah, it's
What are you going to offer me for it?
Is how much you want?
I asked you how much you're going to offer me for it. Don't make me take it back.
No, I love it. You're very kind. I do love it. I just as you can see, I don't normally use shields, and it's not complete too. It's missing a armband thing that going there, and I just it's hard for me to put a value on. Now I love the symbol on the front. I'm digging the symbol.
How
the symbol's really cool.
How much do you offer me? No. What do you offer me? Sorry, that's what I said. What do you offer me?
Every single green item that I pick up in the next year.
How many have you picked up in all of the time you've been in Waterdeep?
Not a whole lot. True, but that's because my friends here are stealing them from me. But get to them before I can. But eventually,
I'm done with you. I am done with you. You, dwarf, what are you going to give me?
Do you happen to have a green dye on you that I could borrow?
No.
No? Okay. Any kind of green,
green is a completely wrong way of making something green. Dye, paint, no, it must be green in its essence.
I would be getting there, of course. Do you have like a talcum powder or something that I can use?
What are you going to give me for the item that I bestowed upon you? Lovingly crafted and looked for to find for you.
I am very excited about it. It is gorgeous and the best color.
Yes.
It is only pale in comparison to the green that comes off of your aura. I just can't even handle that. I am more than willing to part with upwards of 200 gold or more. Or
do I look like I want gold? Gold isn't even green. That's ridiculous.
I'm
done
know.
with you. Get away from me, dwarf. God. And he's like, with the clothes, Leodir, come here. What are you going to give me?
Well, sir, I have not much to give, but it sounds like you honor not just gold and gold alone. Perhaps we and he's gonna take off his emerald necklace.
Oh my!
You have an emerald necklace?
He says, I have nothing green but this. But if you, sir, are here to help all of us to defeat Quillen, and you truly need payment in return, perhaps this could go towards it.
He takes the necklace from you and he looks at it. He kind of turns it over in his hands and he's like, And he puts it to his nose. He smells. he hands it back to you. And you have a small flower that's grown where Viscera had touched you before, right, on your lapel. And he reaches out and he picks the flower from your lapel. And he smells that as well. And he's like, no, I will not take anything that is... It smells of Viscera. That wench. And he throws the flower onto the ground.
Dalcum's like, that's right.
Dalcum's like,
he's like, that bitch.
And you guys all watch as another flower grows out of his lapel. Another pink flower grows out of his lapel. And he's like, no, I'm done with you. Be gone, be gone. And then he looks at Dimitri. He's like, you, Hat, come here. What do you offer me?
Well, Zablob, I wish I had more things of green that I would have found on our adventures, but I do have something that I think I procured it from a very fine lady that perhaps you know. She was herbalist. She lived a very long life, and she procured this recipe for peach pie. And after all of her years, she made the perfect recipe, and she gave it to us. And I thought this would be the culmination of her life with a perfect recipe. And I thought someone like you would love to pass this on to somebody else who would make the perfect pie.
Thomas is like, hey, wait a minute. That sounds really good. Zala gives him a death stare and he stops. He looks down. And he goes and he takes the recipe from your fingers and he looks at it. And he's like, not green.
I know.
Turns it over in his hands. He's like,
Was it not an apple pie recipe that could be used with Granny Smith apples?
He kind of looking the recipe over and he So he takes it and he puts it down on the desk in front of him. And then he looks at Thomas. He's like, well, what about you, butler? And Thomas is like, and he starts looking through his pockets and he's like, I didn't actually expect you to ask me. And he's looking around. He's trying to think. He's like, oh, wait. Yeah. Hold on. And he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a rabbit's foot that is dyed green. And he walks up and he's like, this is green. And he puts it on the table and backs up very slowly, right? And Zablob is like, And he takes it and he holds it up and he shakes it a little bit, smells it. He's like, So everything I gave you, all the wonderful things, all I've given is a rabbit's foot and a peach pie recipe. Yes?
Yes. When he puts it that way, it doesn't sound
peach
right.
pie. There's three peas in that.
Wait.
Dalcum steps forward and he goes, cousin, it may not be green, but one thing that we do bring could be balance to Waterdeep. That's something that you're enabling us to do with these kind offerings.
He's like, I would never be involved with the things that happen to Waterdeep. That is not my position. I do not have any care whatsoever about what is happening in Waterdeep. Just take the items, get out of my sight. I'm keeping the peach pie recipe and the rabbit's foot. And he takes them both and puts them in his jacket. He's like, I cannot believe this is happening.
I got nothing green in my pockets, guys.
Nothing green.
He's letting you guys he threw a hissy fit about it, but he's taking it as the deal. You guys get to keep your items and you guys can leave. Why he would do such a thing, who knows? But
Raylan's gonna start to slowly walk toward the door, nonchalantly. Move with the shield.
I so thought you said you were like, I'm gonna go stealth and walk to the door. That's what I was expecting you to say.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'll say that. I'll in thankfulness, I'll say to Zablob, be like, Zablob, your generosity has no bounds.
Yes, I
And
know.
no matter what happens after this, anything that we find that is of value, we will always bring to you that is green, without fail. I thank you for this gift.
You're liars and cheats, all of you. You're gonna put me out of business, I swear to God.
I'm gonna tell him, as my friend Dimitri said, anything we have is yours. I know you would never, ever deign to interfere, but
No.
when all is when all has settled, I hope to be in a much better position to work with you in the future and provide you with all that you would desire.
He kind of raises an eyebrow at you.
Oh.
And says, "We'll see, cleric." And he's like, oh, God bless it. And he's like, one more thing. And he reaches underneath and grabs it. He grabs this perfectly smooth stone. Like, I shouldn't say smooth. It's like smooth on top. It's like a half dome, right? Of what looks like green glass. And he takes it and he throws it at Dalcum. Just like, whew. Dalcum, I'm guessing you're going to catch it or attempt to?
Sure.
Okay.
I was thinking it just hits Dalcum in the head.
May he just hit you in the head.
Yeah, that's great.
May he just hit you in the head.
He's still a little foggy from earlier.
It's actually right in the same place where you get hit in the head with the mace, just like bang.
Oh, whoa.
It kind of like topples on the ground next to you, and you like kind of like take a knee like from the hit or whatever. And Zalbo just like rolls his eyes. And he says, He's like, you'll need that. Now get out of my shop before you steal anything else from me. Go. Just be gone. All of you. And try to stay alive out there. Go on. Go.
Valen's already halfway out the door.
Well, one last thing before we go, Zablob. What would you feed a manticore?
Peach pie.
For the Karen feeding of a manticore.
Yeah, do you have that recipe for the pie?
Yeah.
Peach pie.
Peach pie.
Well,
She
the only-
didn't have a recipe for it. No, he looks at you and goes, that is the dumbest question I've ever been asked. Everyone knows you feed a manticore dead bodies. Jesus, get out. He's just like, go, be gone, go, there's the door, go.
Yeah.
I'd like to imagine him as Stewie right now for some reason.
It is very much Stewie. Valen's going to be outside, kind of like nibbling on the shield, trying to see what it's made of. Like what kind of metal it is.
All right.
Nibbling on the shield to see.
Yeah. You know, like with the gold coin. You know?
To make sure it's like real.
Yeah.
I'll
Valen,
leave
when
and give.
Hold
Okay.
on. When you open the door to go outside, you weren't sure really what to expect, but you open the door and you're standing looking directly at what used to be Silverhold and is now just burned to the ground flat.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, now I want to bite the shield.
Okay. All right, what about the rest of you? Are you guys like leaving? Are you guys going to ask one more question? Like, what are you guys going to do?
I'm out.
I think you made it abundantly clear.
I'll give him a musketeer's bow and obviously do your little curtsy and hat and then walk.
Yeah, I think Gladiator, like, he's still got this thing in both of his hands. This thing. And he bows and he's good, sir. Thank you. I hope we meet again, and I will make this up to you. And then he'll meekly walk out.
As you're walking out, he's like, I know you will. Your father always made it up to me. Now go.
Oh, snap.
And as I leave, I'm going to just say, I know someone as illustrious as you won't have much need, but maybe this can at least provide some use. And I leave 100 gold that's just sitting on the edge of the door.
Nice.
Always got to show us up.
Okay. Very cool. So you guys all walk out. You close the door behind you. and you realize you were at basically the mansion that was across the way from Silverholt is the door that you just walked out of, and you're looking at what was Silverholt. It is completely burned to the ground flat. There is no smoke. There is no nothing. It doesn't smell like a fire, and that is what you're currently looking at. Oh,
We loot the rubble.
sorry. What'd you say?
We loot the rubble.
Yeah. Okay.
Is the dragon's skull still there?
You don't see it from where you currently are across the street.
Well, I mean, I definitely want to go across to see if there's anything left.
Can I just say really quick? It took us 28 episodes to get there. We burned it down in 2.
Yeah.
You guys are a force of nature. This is what happens.
Thorkin burned it down in 2.
We did no such thing.
All right, sorry, Chad.
Can we do that? Can we go across to kind of see back?
Yeah.
Try to figure out.
Can we do it? Can I do an inspect, or perception, I guess, of the area, kind of look around and just, I guess, for obvious.
Yeah.
It's a big skull. I'm just hoping.
Yeah. You for sure don't see the skull when you first walk over there. If people want to make investigation checks and kind of start picking through the rubble, that's fine. Everyone can make one of those if they want.
Okay.
However, it's all going to be at disadvantage because everything burned to the freaking ground by magical green fire.
I'm going to be not doing that.
Okay.
Personally, just not me.
Can roll high Todd. Damn it. Other one would have been amazing.
Okay. Thorcum, are you going to pick through it as well, or are you not?
Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at something.
That's fine. I just want to know.
I'm pretty sure I did not build my character back correctly, so it just hit me. So I was looking. Anyway, 12.
Okay. Most of you kind of are picking through the stuff. You can't find anything. Dalcum, as you're picking through the rubble, you come to this little section. You're like, huh? And you are tapping it, and you're like, oh, and you you kind of push the rubble aside, and there's a huge silver disc, basically that was kind of under the rubble. It takes you a couple seconds to put 2 and 2 together, and you realize that the skull had fallen off, had landed, and then had melted into liquid from the intense heat that was this building.
No. Okay. I found the skull.
How big is it? How big is the disc? That's a good question.
It's probably 50 feet circular. It's
big,
huge.
Yeah.
It was a massive skull that melted into liquid.
Wow.
I'm gonna pull out Leader and just see if there's any effect when I drag it across the silver bowl.
Yeah. So first of all, when you draw Bleeder out of the scabbard, all of you see that the blade is no longer that black steel that it was before. It is now bone. It is jagged bone all the way down.
Wow.
Pretty nice.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen either.
You drag the blade across the silver, and it cuts this line through the silver, this wobbly line as you kind of cut through it, but it has no direct effect. But in your head, you hear Yosef, "Oh, to drink of its blood would have been so good."
I know. That's what I was hoping for right now. There's no way to cut through it using Bleeder. I guess that's why I was testing.
Are you trying to cut off a chunk of it or something? Is that what you're trying to do? Or what do you it's silver. It's not the most hardest metal in the world, right? You probably could cut off some chunks of it if you wanted to.
Yes, I'd like to do that.
Okay. I would like an athletics check where you try to cut or no, hold on. Actually, let's say I want a nature check or a athletics check or a survival check.
Okay.
looks like we're doing athletics. 'Cause all those other ones are really bad.
Okay.
I'm not an outside guy. I'm -1 on that one.
It is
All
at
right,
advantage though.
Well, I'm at +3 right now, so we'll see what happens. Roll fail. 14.
Okay. So you like kind of like slam Bleeder into it a couple times, and a chunk of the silver comes off. It's probably, I don't know, probably 6 inches by 3 inches, like small, like basically silver bar comes off of this thing.
Okay. So I go and grab silver bar, I guess. Dragon silver bar. And I do a quick prayer to Ilmater and try to. I know it's going to sound weird. I'm going to try to channel or communicate with the silver.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh, you're. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. I would like a religion check here. However, it's going to be at disadvantage.
Oh,
Hey, only one way to try this crap. So I'm going to try. All right. So when I say communicate, I'm just saying speak to Ilmater and then try to channel through the silver somehow. If that makes
Sure.
sense.
I got you.
Okay.
You.
I spent a Benny to switch them around.
No. I would let you, but even a 23 isn't going to be high enough for what this needs to be.
Oh my
to
God.
do what you were trying to do.
Right.
So I'm going to be nice and have you not waste a penny on it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not able to get anything from the silver.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and take the silver, pocket it, and then let somebody else do something.
Anyone else have anything planned for this?
not for this, but for the shield. I do.
Okay. Okay. So assuming you guys all dug through the wreckage, did whatever you're going to do, what is actually while they're doing that, Valen? What were you doing? Because you were obviously doing something else while they were going through the wreckage.
I'm trying to figure out what the shield is or what's so special about it. So, yeah, I'm gonna do a bite check. I'm gonna steady the symbol on there.
Mhm.
I'm gonna flip it around a little bit. Shake it, listen to it. Touch my medallion to it.
Okay.
Try to listen to it. Just a bunch of different test things. Seeing if I
Okay.
can pick up any resonance here.
Can I get a religion or arcana check from you here at advantage?
Religion or arcana? Yes. Fortunately, I've been practicing my religion. So.
That's a good thing.
Hey. Well,
Solid.
Level 17.
yeah.
So you're kind of like fiddling around with this thing. And you start to pray about it a little bit, like look at the items, like trying to figure it out or whatever. And you quickly realize this thing is trying to attune to you like a magical item. And are you going to let it?
Can I think about that for a second and you get back to me? Or do you need to answer right now?
Absolutely. No, that's fine.
Right.
You can.
Okay.
It will attune to you in another 30 minutes if you do not get rid of it.
The reason why I ask is I'm just trying to think, does Valen himself know, what does he think about Zoblob currently? And would he ask for help or would he just do it himself or just go for it? Yeah,
Gotcha.
I gotta kind of think about that.
Okay. Think about it for a second.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what are you guys all going to do?
Well, I know where we like to go next, if possible, but are we done looking around the rubble?
Yeah,
Can
you
I
can
try
ask the
something?
character. Yeah.
So, Dalcom looks at the skull and he like pokes the silver, and he goes, because he just having seen Dimitri do that with the sword and nothing happened. Thorcom,
Yes.
Come here. Do what he did. And he pulls out his little notebook.
All right. I do what he did.
Okay.
You don't have a
so-
sword.
Well, his is dragon skill, so I'm just curious.
Ooh, that's true. That's true.
Okay. So I'd like you to make a athletics check here, or an attack roll, or nature, or what were the other ones offered him? A few things.
An attack roll? I would have taken an attack roll to save.
Well, you didn't
that's
get
'cause you're-
what?
That's because you're dexterity. He's strength. Like you couldn't have done it with dexterity. You needed to use strength to do this. That's why his attack roll is allowed, not yours.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Survival, nature, athletics, or just a plain attack roll with your mace.
So, are we looking at like the plus to this, or
Just like hit like you would hit. Like if you want to use your mace as a weapon, like if you want to use that attack, or you can use one of those other options I gave you.
Survival. Oh, nice.
Wow.
5.
Good
So
job.
you're like looking at the silver, you're seeing how it's kind of warped and twisted on the ground, kind of the thing, whatever. And you're like, And you go kind of over to the middle of this disc and like raise this thing up. You say the name, Euraxis, and like it like appears in your hand, like the second part of it appears in your hand, the scales turn to the twisted head at the end. You raise up and then wham, you hit it right in this point. And all of the silver goes chink, and you watch it like shatter like glass
Ooh.
into a bunch of pieces that are about, that big, like maybe the size of slightly bigger than a silver dollar. And they just break into a bunch of pieces like that. And so there's probably 500 silver pieces currently worth of silver in the ground in front of you of what used to be the skull of Silverhold.
Interesting.
Well, I love it.
Thank you, Thorcum. I was curious.
you're welcome.
Thorcum just walks away. Doesn't even care about the silver.
Assuming that these are all pieces of silver and now they're everywhere, could Ladier like pick up a piece and do some sort of I don't know, trying to think, like an arcana or some sort of check to see what he might.
Yeah, do you want to feel if it's like trying to give us some kind of magical aura or something? Is that what you're kind of looking for?
Yeah, I mean, when we were in there before, everything was magic, right?
Yeah.
And there was all this stuff with the ethereal plane and all what's going on. So I'm thinking like I'm trying to look for something that might be some power that might be emanating from this pieces of silver still.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll an arcana check for me.
Is it going to go?
No,
Mm.
I don't see it yet.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, brutal.
Hold on.
Oh,
Wait,
man.
Wait. No, I got a thing for this.
Oh, you do you?
I think for this.
Many years ago, I had a thing for Dana too. Let me tell you.
Oh, Dana.
Oh,
Dana.
oh, Dana.
Oh, Dana.
I can re-roll, but I have to use the new one. You make an ability check that fails, you can spend 1 sorcery point, re-roll the d20, but you must use the new roll.
All right.
Wow,
Well, as
that's
long as
cool.
better than 7.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Use the new
You have to use it. You have to use it. Oh, no.
Oh,
We're all like, can't be worse than a 7.
wow.
We were wrong.
It could be a 6. Wow.
Can't really
I'm sorry.
die from this, can you?
Hey, he at least loses his dick. One of the two.
Funny you should say that.
This
You're holding the
Wow.
silver in your hand, Ladier, and you're like,
Mm.
there's something about this. And as you're looking at it and your eyes start to like feel weird in your head, and all of a sudden it's like, and you're standing in the field where you have seen Viscera on many occasions. The pink fields everywhere. Standing there is Viscera in front of you. She looks at you, her long flowing robes around her, the pink glow emanating off of her. And she says, "Well, isn't this interesting?" She's like, "What is that in your hand?" And you look down, you're still holding it in the dream.
Right, bro.
I'm not really sure. I was trying to figure that out right now.
She reaches out her very delicate hand to you, asking for it without saying the words.
Yeah, there's 499 other pieces, so I'm gonna hand it over.
You hand it to her. She takes it. She looks at it. She holds it up to the sky. "Oh, how very interesting. Was this Silverholt?"
Yes, it's from the manor.
"Oh no, my poor minion. No, this is Silverholt, or what's left of him. How very interesting." She takes it, she puts it like in a pocket that is not possible that it was on her clothes. And she looks over to you and she says, "I want you to know I greatly appreciate what you did by getting me the name of the god. It was so important. You have no idea." You watch as the small flower that was on your lapel, grows a little bit more and actually becomes a little bit of a bigger of a blossom now. It's more of almost like a full-size rose now instead of the small little pink flower. And she says, I have a surprise for you." She's like, "Your father is alive."
He is? That, oh my gosh, that's such good news. That's why I've been here.
"Yes. And if you hurry, he might stay alive. But he is currently in the city of the dead, waiting for you. Well, waiting for someone. I would hurry along, because he might not be there for much longer." She reaches up and she like pinches your cheek. And she says, "You have been everything I could have hoped for and more. Thank you so much, Leia dear. You continue to exceed expectations."
Thank you, Lady Viscera, so much for this. What do I need to do for you next?
"Don't worry. I'll come up with something. Enjoy your time." And you feel that pulling sensation. And you're back in your body, and there's no longer silver in your hand. And you're like looking around. Everyone else, nothing. They didn't see anything happen. It was just a moment of time.
It's a weird one dice roll.
Yeah, super weird. It's almost like Viscera probably shouldn't have found out about that silver.
Yeah.
I don't know what everybody else is going to do, but I'll try to gather as much as I can carry.
Okay.
Loot the bodies.
Well,
Loot the dragon body.
he said 500 pieces of gold. I'm
Silver.
It's not money.
Silver.
It's not money. Sorry,
Old
silver.
silver. Yeah.
It's not money, but it's something I think of that value can use somehow in a good way.
Throw it at the vampires.
Okay.
I think Lade here, having come out of that, he's distraught. He's like, gentlemen, I have to tell you, I was I was just raptured to a conversation with my patron, and
Yeah.
she
Hold on.
She took
hold
the
on. Hold on.
Yeah.
I would like an insight check right now, Leodir. At advantage.
I'm gonna lose his penis. Oh my god.
Oh nope.
Continue.
Hmm.
Go on.
Like I didn't have you roll that. Continue.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I'm just going to say the same thing I was going to say anyway.
Exactly.
And she took the piece of silver in my hands, and she said that this silver is Silverhold. When I told her it came from his manor, she said no, it is Silverhold.
Yeah, that's why I'm gathering up a bunch of it right now.
Right,
So
let's go.
you're interrupting me
That's
right now.
why
So
I'm gathering-
hold on.
that's why I'm picking it up.
Look, I'm a paladin by trade, but I am a rogue at heart. There's no way around it. You're like, I'm not hiding. Why am I stealing it?
Oh, you pocket one for every 2 you pick up. I know you. I'm still 9 on my shield, so I'm not doing anything about that.
Uninterrupted. How many can I pick up? That's a good question.
I think realistically, everyone could probably carry 200 silver apiece.
But should we call it Silverhold Silver? Because I
Mhm.
I don't know something to spend.
You can call it dragon silver or whatever you want to call it. Just something. Mark it as separate things inside.
Should
the
we
tier.
just?
Okay, 200. That's cool.
I think I
Well, yeah, but there's only 499, so you're not taking 200. Or are we all just? Are you just the only one taking it? Should we split it up between the 6 of us?
But we can. First it said 200. So are you saying like it was around?
Hold 200.
Then you can a single person can carry, let's say, 200 silver, because
But there's a total of 500.
There's a total of
so-
499 at the moment.
49.99. So
There's 3, 4, 5 of us. So yeah, so you're just saying 100 of them each. So we can split them that way. It's fine with me.
There's 6 of us, Todd. Reggie.
no,
Oh.
I'm not even over there. I'm still over messing with my shield.
No,
so
I forgot.
that makes sense that he would not include me.
I forgot we have Thomas.
Mhm.
What?
Sure. Thomas is a full part of the group.
That's true. I
Yep.
have to split up with Thomas.
So it's 83 a person.
We could just make sure to mark it though, because I think it's going to be very important in the future.
Dalcom,
Yeah.
Dalcom's just like, no, you can. Dalcom's fine.
I already did the math. All right, it's 100
Fine.
per person then, or 83 per person.
Do a-
83 per person.
There you go.
Okay, what am I doing? Help me, please.
Adding 83 dragon silver.
83 dragon silver. Got it. Okay.
Thomas is like going picking up all the silver, and he's just like looking at this, and he's just like clearly blowing his mind on this whole situation.
So I like to look at my belt if I have time. Kind of figure that out.
I mean, you guys have now picked up all the silver. It's been a little while. Valen, you are at the moment now. The shield is either going to bond to you, or you're going to stop it from bonding to you. What are you doing?
Well, I wanted to. Yeah, I was going to do something. So, I'm going to look over to Matt. I'm like,
Thorcom?
yeah, Thorcom. Yeah, Red Rolling Hood, get over here. I need your help.
Rolling Hood.
Yeah,
Red Rolling Hood. What the hell?
because you rolled into me. You got the hood on. You're red. You know,
Oh God!
little Red Rolling Hood. Get over here.
Oh,
I need-
Austin.
I need your help here, real quick.
All right. What is it?
Shield.
Yeah, that is a
about
shield.
It's
Correct.
about to
Eat you?
merge with me. So I need you. I was thinking that should be fine and not big
I
deal.
don't think it's going to
I'd like
merge with you. Just
I like
so you-
Zoblob. Well, you know. Zoblob, a cool guy and all, but then I remember last when we were just there a second ago, you said he had like something about his aura, and you were acting kind of weird about the green, and I know green's been an issue lately. So, any reason why I shouldn't, connect to the shield to figure out what it's about? I don't know if I'm going to even use it or not, but I kind of it's driving me nuts that I don't know what it does.
Well, Dalcom is the one who usually knows what things are.
Oh, nice.
Well, you're my cleric.
Thank you.
It's true.
I'm coming to you first.
I am your spiritual guide, but as your spiritual guide, I guide you in the direction of Dalcom.
Dalcom,
You want the
I need your help.
Dalkin's kicking over rocks and like looking around. He walks over. Do you want me to just cast
Can you tell me what this?
can I
thing's
cast
gonna do?
Identify on that?
You're more than welcome to cast Identify on it. You can cast it as a ritual, or are you going to cast it as a spell? Because if you're going to cast it as a ritual, you're going to be, you're basically like chilling here for half an hour while you cast it.
Yeah, I have no concepts of other urgencies at this very moment, so I'll do a ritual.
I like it.
Okay. Okay, so you guys watch as Dalcom kind of like sits down on the ground. He starts pulling out his ritual gear. He's like doing his thing, and he's clearly trying to figure out what the hell is going on with the shield. So what are you all going to do while you watch as you're standing out in the middle of a big open area in a haunted town?
I guess I'm going to check out these boots, I guess. Since I'm not going to stare at him do his ritual.
I'm
I just
scared.
And I just put them on? Not even wait?
Okay. You're not going to actually you're not going to expect him or anything. You're just going to put him on and be like, I trust Zoblob.
Yes. Yes, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. You put him on.
Braver man than I.
And you kind of give yourself over to these things. You quickly feel them trying to bond with you in ways that magical items don't always do. This one is aggressively bonding, but not in a bad way. And you feel as these things bond to your soul, and they become part of you. Go ahead and refresh your page.
Okay.
And you should now see the boots have been attached to your character.
Inventory.
And I'm going to do the same thing with the belt.
Okay. Same deal. You put it on, kind of not really sure. You latch it across your belt. You have this overwhelmingly weird feeling of cold that kind of runs across your body for a second. And then
It'll be fine.
All right, and then the item, the belt immediately connects to your mind, and you know what this is. And you'll need to equip it for it to take effect. Welcome.
Oh, wow.
Cool. Yeah, I got boots of speed. This is great.
Okay. Anyone else?
I think if everybody else is doing it, Ladir's going to check out his thing from Zoblob too.
Okay. Are you checking out, or are you gonna commit to it? You're gonna check it out. There's gonna be rules and stuff. You're gonna commit to it. I'm just gonna tell you.
You don't even know what it is. It's just a vial, right?
Exactly. So you can spend some time here to try to figure out what the hell this thing is and understand it, or you can let it bind to your soul, which is what it's trying to do right now. It's trying to bind itself to you as its bearer. If it binds to you, you'll know everything about it and what it does and how it works. If you try to figure it out before it binds to you, then you'll do some rolls to try to figure out exactly how it works.
So I know it's trying to bind to me.
Yes,
I guess
100%.
I think Vader's super stoic right now with all this stuff about his dad, this crazy rapture he just had again. And he once again is just what does it matter anyway? And I think he lets the bond happen.
Okay.
Or at least attempts to.
I like it. Yeah. So, where are you? had this pulled up. There it is. So what this is, you let it bind. It connects. You know what this thing is. It's called a Bloodwell vial. And what this thing is you put some of your own blood freely given into it, and it enhances your own abilities. The reason that a lot of people are afraid of this as a general rule, although this is a fantastic way to make yourself more powerful, it gives a spot, a known place where there is blood from you freely given. And your blood freely given, anyone's blood freely given, is a way that other people can control you. Or have power over you, or have something way of connecting to that. So that is why people are afraid of this kind of magic in general. However, it is incredibly powerful. The item's in your inventory right now. You can refresh it, it'll be there. So you'd have to attune to it and put your blood into it if you want it to function. Otherwise, it's just an item in your inventory right now.
Okay, cool.
Now, once you put your blood into it, it's going to take like half an hour for it to like take effect. Okay, so just know it's not like in the middle of battle. You can cut your finger on it, put the blood in there, and then it affect it. You'll have to like choose to do this beforehand.
Can I do it now?
Yeah, absolutely. You can totally do it now.
I think he's just so bummed, right? He's just like sitting there on the ground waiting for this ritual to be done. He's just so bummed. I think he doesn't even like reach down to his knife because he's just been staring at these pieces of silver. I imagine these pieces of silver are all like jagged because it shattered like glass.
Yeah.
I think he takes one of the pieces of silver and cuts his fingertip to drip it into the vial.
Nice. I like that. You do that, you drop the blood in, and you feel it instantly starting to take effect. It's going to take a little bit, but it's going to kick in. The other thing you notice is when you cut your finger on the silver, after you finish dropping the blood into the vial, you take your finger away, and you're like, oh, I'm going to, you go to like put it in your mouth or whatever, like you would when you get a cut or whatever. And you realize that right before you put it in your mouth, you look at it and you're like, what the? And you like rub the blood off, and the cut's gone on your finger.
Interesting.
At this point, it's been about half an hour. Dulcum, you now know what this thing is. I'll send it to you, Dulcum, so you can tell him any way you want to tell him.
Give it to me easy.
And there's no pink line where the cut used to be, like with my other thing?
No, there's literally nothing. It doesn't even look like you got cut.
Did we all see that happen, by the way? Was that like
I don't think so. I think that would have been like one of those, because you definitely didn't, because you were working on the ritual. I think everyone was kind of doing their own thing, so I think that was probably his own moment.
I'd like to point out I rolled 6 times recently, and the highest I got was an 8.
Yep.
Out of my last
Get them all.
big roll.
Get them out of the way now. Get them all out of the way. Flush them down.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry, let me get this back up. So Dulcum's finishing the ritual, and you see him packing up his stuff, and he's putting it into the bag. And he picks up the shield, and he like waddles over to you, and he just like hands it to you, and he goes, "This is something else."
Not a shield, then.
He goes, "Take it." And he's like, I have seen some items in my day, but none quite like this. This is special, and very fitting for you, Valen. I think this is definitely a tool worth using in our cause.
You know what I do, right? Like I'm the pew pew guy. I'm not the
Okay,
know?
I can't keep it in. This is cool. So, I'll send it to you and as well, or if you have it up, Christos. I'm sorry, I lost it.
Yeah, it's okay. I can just add it directly to his equipment.
Cool. So this is an animated shield, and it will hover around you as you need, and you can still fire your crossbow.
That is awesome.
It's in your equipment now.
Thank you.
It's pretty rad. I'm not gonna lie. That's one of the cooler pieces of gear.
Wow.
Now, remember, you're going to have to equip that and attune it both for it to take effect. But it will definitely do what it says it will do.
Done.
Very fitting for a crossbowman.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So you're attuning to it, yes?
Yes, attuned.
Okay. So he hands this thing back to you. You eagerly attune to it, and instantly it's there for you, like connects. And it's in your hand, and like as you're thinking about it, you feel the connection, and it pulls itself out of your hand, and like goes up in the air and hovers, like just kind of like right here in this general area next to you, and you're like, whoa! And you kind of like turn, and it like turns with you and stuff, and it's like completely there. And then you think about it, you give it this like command in your mind, and it goes and like connects to your back. So it's just like holding to your back without any kind of connector.
That is awesome. I love it. I'm gonna do some moves with it. I'm gonna do a little. While you guys are doing things, I'm gonna be practicing with it. I'm gonna be like, pull the crossbow out like this and have it go over there, and then flank over here, and I'm gonna go like that. And I'm gonna roll there. And I'm just gonna be doing my little maneuvers with it. Practicing with it.
Thomas is staring at you and like holding the coin, like I got so gypped. Okay.
That's awesome.
What are you guys gonna do?
That's a cool emblem too.
I think where we decided to go next, so we can obviously change it if we want now.
I think now's a perfect time to talk about it in character.
I think it's time for us to go back to the temple guys, the temple gentlemen.
I do think it might behoove some of us, Dolcum, to take a break for maybe an hour or so, and before we head over there.
Yes. Very wise.
Agreed. My head hurts like a mule. Kicked by a mule. Hurts like
I was gonna say.
I need rest.
Yeah, I can.
All right. After you've rested,
I can rest.
Should we not? No.
RS.
Over there. I point to like one of the abandoned mansion that we kind of walked out of earlier. I'm going to nap over there. Dalcum reaches into his bag and he pulls out a little blanket, throws it over his shoulder, and walks away.
Nappy time.
Okay, so you guys are going to go over to this other mansion and try to like set up there for a quick long rest.
Yeah, do you want to do a short rest?
I think that's best.
Okay.
And then, do I have an idea of like where my dad's at?
Yes, he is in.
Or like on the map.
Yes, as I had mentioned before, he is in the City of the Dead area, and the image had been put directly in your brain, so you know where it is in the City of the Dead. I put your token exactly where it is, if that has any importance.
Why is... I think I have to refresh. It's totally frozen.
Sweet.
Okay. I
see you.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, everyone go ahead and take your short rest. Do the short rest button. Use any hit dice that you want to do. Do whatever you want to do to heal up, get prepared, change, get some spell slots back. for those that are warlocks, or I think Bryce, you also get something back at your level. So make
What
sure
is the? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Hey, real quick, when's? Oh, sorry. What do you want to say, Bryce?
No, I can. So I can roll. I'm sorry, I haven't seen. I can roll up to 16 hit dice to get back right now on a short rest.
yes,
That's your level.
because it's how many dice you have per level.
When
Hey,
when
dice
did we
man.
last do a short rest?
It's been a long time. I think
Like-
when you guys
like
right
my
before
short
you
rest should be
fought
clear,
Zol-
right?
Yeah, definitely.
Because I have like half my short rests are used up. Do I need to reset them or?
Well, we did a long rest when we slept at the house, which was 2 sessions ago. But we only
Yeah,
did
so
it
that'd
way.
have cleared it, right?
Yeah, you should have all of your. Yeah, that's true. You should have all of your short
So-
rest stuff.
I saw reset it.
Yeah, sorry.
Mhm.
Also, Dalcom, don't forget that you can do the thing.
Oh, I could do it in Roll20 or do what thing? Oh, you're talking about the wizard short rest.
The wizard short rest thing, yeah. I don't know exactly what it
That's a
is.
good call, actually. That was a good rest.
Yeah.
I found it.
Arcane
It's
recovery.
The, arcane recovery.
Yeah.
Um,
So if you want to do it, you can.
I think I only used one spell, but you're right. I don't think it's gonna happen again for a little while. So
I only saw Thorcum roll hit dice. So did anyone else?
I did.
No.
I'm pretty close to full. So
I used it in the D&D Beyond though. It didn't go to Roll20.
Okay.
Yeah, I did it as well, and it's not.
It was so laggy and really weird.
Kind of only 4 points down. I don't know. I guess it does. I can
3.
get 4.
What?
8. 11.
I was driving home and I went, I'm having a sweet tooth, which I don't get that very often. So I thought
20.
I just drove straight past and went to Tiny Target.
Oh, cool.
Tiny target.
Tiny
Tiny Target.
Tiny Target.
Tiny
Tiny
Tina.
Tina's Target.
It's a tiny target that they
Tiny
built.
Tina Target.
It's half useless and half useful.
It
Huntington's
wasn't
growing.
really
It's
known,
becoming a
so.
town.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Todd's gone. Okay, so did everyone do all the short rest stuff? Everyone's good?
Mm-hmm.
Bryce, what about you? Welcome.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm all healed up too, actually. That was really good.
I don't think I get spell slots from short rest as a paladin, do I?
I don't
Okay,
think
fair enough.
so, but
I'm
you
good.
might have at this level. Who knows what you have access to?
I don't think I do. So short answer is I'm good.
I'm all healed up.
I am not telling you not to go to the temple. You're more than welcome to the temple. I'm not organizing you anyway. I am just reminding you that specifically I'm reminding Ladyr.
Yeah, I was going to say.
She said that it was important that you went there quickly. Now,
I'm-
I have no, like, this is going to be how you're going to have to RP it to tell them one way or the other if it's important or not to you, or if you just want to let it go or whatever. I just want to make sure that you guys remember that that was said. So
I was going to bring that up too.
Oh, I remembered. He just hasn't told us anything.
Yeah, you haven't told us, but if I was
No,
told, I would say something.
I figure we'd be doing that right now.
Okay, now's the time. You guys are just finishing up your hour-long rest. You're feeling a little better. You're stretching out your muscles.
Oh, so good to be rested so we can go to the temple. It's gonna be so good to get there finally.
I hate you.
I'm so excited. Let's keep getting there. There's no good reason for us not to go there at this point. I love
Gooder?
this.
Tell us now.
All right.
Gentlemen,
Nobody's gonna say nothing like it. Okay.
Gentlemen, I haven't asked for much in the way of favors since I've been with you, but you know why I came to Waterdeep. Right? We've discussed this. I came to find my father, and in the last short time, Silverholt has allowed me to know exactly where my father's at And in the same rapturous experience with my patron, she said that if we don't go there soon, he actually might die. He's alive. I didn't know for sure that he was alive after all these years I've been searching, but he's alive, and I know exactly where he's at here in Waterdeep.
That sounds like a priority number 1 to me.
Do you believe your patron?
If
You
it
said
was
2 people.
just my patron alone, perhaps I would have doubts of some of the motive, but even Silverholt, the one who blessed us with his power, he's the one who told me and showed me exactly where to find him.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, then we shouldn't delay. I think we should head there right away.
I don't trust your patron, but Silverholt definitely holds more sway to me than anybody else.
That's where I'm expecting Dalcom to have said something.
About Viscera? Yeah, sorry, I was reading up on something on mine. Dalcom sits there for a second though. He's Viscera's words and should never be taken at face value. She never shares information freely, unless it benefits her. This sounds like it benefits you, which makes me question. But nonetheless, I agree. I think it's worth investigating. Especially if it means that much to you. He like slaps you on the arm.
Well, yeah, if there's some chance that we'll put your father's life in jeopardy, then we better get there sooner than later, despite the fact I do not like moving at the whim of your Lady Viscera in any way.
She didn't seem that bad to me. Got that cool little flower and everything. I don't know.
Oh. Hey, I mean, Bahamut was great, but I mean, maybe she needs another minion.
Bahamut is a boy.
I'm
Man.
talking about Viscera.
Dragon. Oh.
Viscera is a 10 on the crazy scale.
Crazy hot scale? Huh?
I could see that.
Thomas Lane's for is like, if my vote means anything, I think family is important. I never had it, so I think it's something that we might want to look into.
Thomas.
Silly Thomas. You have it
like,
now.
Yeah,
And I smack him across the
exactly.
face. Little love smack.
And
Whether
he just
you
he
like it.
looks at you and he's like, quit being sappy. And he like hits you like, good stop.
Whether you like it or not, we are a family.
All right. Let's head to the City of the Dead then. Let's get some traction.
I
Let's head
got
to
a
the City of
crossbow
the Dead.
itching for.
Let's just.
We already agreed.
Why
We've
not?
agreed. Let's do it.
Hey,
I'm
my
not happy
crossbow's
about it. I'm saying I'm doing it because the lady is the guy that has his needs.
And the hound is hungry for some bones.
Okay.
So as
Who's
you
this
guys
hound?
like
That's my
come
crossbow.
to this like thing, like this is what we're gonna do, and you like you stand up from your thing. The door slams open of the mansion you're standing in, and standing in the door is this very large man. He's wearing like shorts and a shirt that's like unbuttoned down to his navel. He has like a stupid amount of chest hair. This big dude.
Are you talking about my dad?
Yeah.
How did he become this?
He found us, I guess.
And he's standing there. This guy's got to be 6'8" or whatever, and probably 5 foot wide. And he's standing in this doorway, and there's 2 gnomes on either side of him, down by like his ankles, right? And he looks at you all and looks down at the gnomes and went, I can't believe you're right. And they're like, I told you. And then they like realize what it was, and they quickly like fall to the ground and like hold down like this bowing kind of thing, like fist to the ground.
Aw.
And they're like, Lord Handelroot.
Oh.
And the big guy kind of crosses his arms and goes, long time no see. You have no idea who the hell this person is.
Do they? Zablob gave him stuff. Do they have like sweet uniforms with like a big Andalroot on it or something?
It better
Like
not be.
bright,
I mean,
like bright green uniforms, or I mean,
Team Andalroot.
just checking.
They're honestly wearing like heavy leathers, like green cloaks. Like they look very much like rangers for all intents and
Tactical
purposes.
gnomes.
Yeah, they do. They look like tactical gnomes, like tactical ranger gnomes, right? That's what they look like. And you kind of like notice that even their like hard boiled leather gear is like dyed green. It's like green leather.
Valen would like to perceive his intent. Like,
His
is he threatening, or is he,
Valen, I love your favorite test here of an insight
good
test.
insight
I think would be a
What could go-
fantastic roll.
I
mean, if
haven't
could go
shot
wrong?
anyone in a while.
What could go
man.
wrong?
What could go wrong?
I'm trying to think of who this
Well,
is.
if he doesn't know him, and that sounded kind of threatening, so Valen would obviously be like, do I got to stand up for my friend here, or I want to
It
know,
seems reasonable.
should I be offended? It's a
know.
reasonable thing.
I just want
Was
to
he
see you
talking just
roll.
to Andalroot, or was he talking to everyone?
He's talking to all of you.
Okay,
So-
that's what I was gonna ask. Thank you. That helps.
Sorry.
Let's see that wisdom.
No,
check,
no. That's
Valen.
What am I
you
rolling?
answered the question.
Insight.
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 Don't be on his leg.
Well,
It sounds like
here we go. Here we go.
8. Oh, at least it's not a 1.
Hey,
It's Zaul. You're sure it's Zaul.
Oh my
I'm sure
god.
it's Zaul.
Oh
You're
my
pretty sure it's
god.
Zaul. You're not 100% sure, but like this guy's clearly an enemy and there's something wrong here. And you think it might be Zaul in like hiding.
Okay. All right. Well, then that's what's gonna happen. This is what's gonna happen. All right.
My insight that he's good about
No, you
insight?
can shut the hell up and let me do my RP here. All right, here's what we're gonna do. All right, so I'm gonna slide out, kind of like partway on my on my knees in front of everybody. Pull the shield out. Shield whips out. Whoosh, like one side. The crossbow comes out in front of him, and I'm gonna say, "Everyone, get behind me! It's Zaul!" And I'm gonna like train it on, like you better not move a muscle, like ready to pop. But I'm not gonna shoot him, but I'm like ready to unload.
Appropriate. I like that.
Can I roll the fuse situation?
I like how this fixed and made worse one of the situations we were talking about earlier in our text.
The guy is like not phased by all at the fact that you're like going full battle ready and calling him Zaul. He's his arms crossed, and he looks at you.
Which
and
something
says,
Zaul will do. Zaul would do that.
And his arms are crossed, and he looks at you and gets this big smile on his face, Valen, and he goes, I see you're still just as dumb, Packmate.
Packmate.
Oh my gosh.
Packmate.
We did say we were going to look for these people.
You know who it is.
I only got one pack,
Uh,
and you don't look like him.
no, we're part of another pack.
Well, he ain't no werewolf. He doesn't look like no werewolf.
What do you think a werewolf is?
Giant, hairy. My dick got ripped off. I know exactly what a werewolf looks like. I'm intimate. I'm very
But what do
intimate.
they do?
I know werewolves.
Very intimate with the hands of a werewolf. I know what they look like.
I have felt the fingers of a werewolf.
Wait, is that like a
On my-
novel? Don't.
The novel fingers of a werewolf.
I don't think that's something that you mentioned.
They do something.
I think like Ladier's like really shocked right now. He's like, I don't think you mentioned that in the recap of everything. He ate your what?
Can I?
Maybe.
All right, this
Also,
can sound weird.
you'll
but-
notice at this point that Thomas has like taken up position right behind you.
I love my Thomas.
Valen, and he has like his crossbow out, and he's like, but he's very questioning the choices right now. He's like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm just gonna do what I think I'm supposed to.
Oh shoot!
Okay. Can I?
Austin,
Can
do
I
you happen to have his name, by the way? I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Thorcum? No, not Thorcum. That's the wrong guy.
Yes, it's
Farkas.
Thorcum. The vampire's
Farkas,
name is Thorcum.
No, Farkas. Farkas?
Yes. Yeah,
I think it's Farkas.
No,
yeah, I think it is.
I think it's Farkas.
It was Farkas.
the Farkas. Did I?
Someone's
make that
Farkas.
up?
Some
Yeah,
There's
it was-
definitely someone named Farkas.
Yeah,
Did I mix that
pretty
up? in
sure
my
it's
head?
him.
the leader guy was Farkas.
That
Yeah.
was Marcus.
Yeah, you're right. It is Farkas. Sorry.
Okay.
I was thinking the other one.
Okay.
I was
You're
like,
just so used to
only-
me saying the wrong thing.
Only
That's
one
why.
person would know
Yeah.
because
They
I'm sure that
actually got
moment
it right
burned
the
in your
first
mind.
time.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast command on.
You can
Valen.
you can command me.
I'm gonna command him to drop his crossbow.
We could.
I am not.
Okay.
I do not consent. I do not consent.
Roll command. Or like,
No!
like post it in the thread. Do the thing, and let's find out what he's gonna have to roll to combat it.
Why?
DC
I don't
17 of wisdom saving throw. Let's see the wisdom saving throw.
All right.
I'll drop.
All
I'll
right.
drop as target drops whatever it's holding and then ends its turn. That's all it does.
Wisdom saving throw. I've been practicing my wisdom saving throws. You're gonna see.
Wow.
Find that today. Nope, you're not gonna find out.
You absolutely drop your crossbow. It hits the ground. Bing! You hear like that vibration. It doesn't fire, thank God.
Thank
But
God.
it looked like it was about to.
Do I know who did it?
Can I say what happens?
Do I know why
Yeah.
I dropped
What I
it?
was planning on doing? So I look at Valen and say, Valen, stop what you're doing.
That's
Drop
not how
the
command
crossbow
works.
now. Yeah, you speak a
Command
one-word
is
command.
is a single word command that you imbue upon.
Okay.
Upon
Then I look at Valen. I go,
What's your secret word?
I can't believe you're doing this right
Single
now.
word, one word,
Drop.
safe word.
Drop.
What'd you say? Oh, drop.
Drop.
And then you drop the crossbow.
Mhm.
And then I'll look at our pack mate and say, I'm very sorry he doesn't recognize you. It is very good to see you.
I'm gonna glare at Dimitri.
Dalcum smacking Valen in the leg. It's Farkas. It's Farkas.
Hmm.
Farkas, he walks in, and he's like, I am very sorry that this is the guise I must currently wear. It has been hundreds of years since I've had to wear my human skin. I'm sorry I have to come to you this way. He
You
walks up.
startled us.
He grabs a chair and he sits down. He's like, I am very sorry, packmates. But Force Andalroot over there told me that they had seen you. And, well, I had to come see if it was true. You notice the two gnomes' heads are literally on the concrete now, or on the stone floor. They're just completely prostrated. And he says, we all thought you were dead. We had death rights for all of you.
Aw,
That's nice.
He
buddy.
says, except for you, and he points to Leodir. And you, and he points to Thomas.
Oh, well, you honor us, so we're happy that we're alive, but I wish I could have been there to see them.
It has been some time since we've seen you last.
Yes.
I'm gonna sniff him.
What news do you have for us to come in this guise? It must be something very important.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Austin?
I'm gonna pretend you didn't say it. I'm gonna command he doesn't do that.
You only get one command.
No, I have
I'm
more
gonna,
spell
I'm gonna
slots.
sniff. I'm gonna sniff in his general direction. I just want to see if I can get an old whiff of old Dick Ripper over here.
Dick Rap.
Good old Dick Ripper.
Yeah. Give
Dick
me a
Ripper.
perception check here. Whew.
You know,
Oh,
I mean, it's been a while.
been a while.
You're gonna go sniff him.
I'm
You
not
know
gonna
what?
sniff. I'm just gonna
maybe
like just
that's
sniff
normal
the
for
air.
a werewolf. You're right. That might be normal for werewolves.
I
It
should
might-
be
it
able
might
to
not be-
detect it. Yeah,
It might.
I could
It might
detect
not
that.
be rude. It might not be rude. You're right. It's not rude to do it to a
I'm not
werewolf.
sniffing his butt. I'm just sniffing his general essence. You know.
Yeah. So you start to get a little closer, and you kind of like, you kind of this Smith, and he like stops and looks at you, and is like, I knew you were a good choice for pack mates. You can't believe your eyes. You must believe your nose. I agree.
Yeah.
And
Too
he's
many
like,
things wear cloaks of flesh and otherwise wear dual faced in this town. So
yeah, and for sure, now that you've gotten kind of closer to him and you're smelling him, like you don't know how exactly you know that smells like Farkas, but it smells like Farkas.
okay, I'm at ease.
So he's like sitting now, like very relaxed in this chair, and he's like, so as well, it's been 3 years since we've seen you. And he's like, things are very, very bad. Even the pack cannot walk in our normal forms. We must walk in these human forms to try to hide from the vampires. The undead are almost the only things left in the city. Well, the undead and the gnome resistance. And the two gnomes like stand up, hit their chest, and be like, "For Sandal Root!"
I love it.
And you see
There you go.
him
Now,
kind of like roll his eyes, but not in like the condescending way, just like, oh god.
I like to point out the hat that Bryce is wearing. Like it's like his Andalroot hat.
Andalroot. This was a
That's
gift
rad.
from some of the troops.
It's your coat of arms is a big A. I love it.
I'm gonna do something unless somebody wants to do something. Not nothing bad. I'm just gonna talk to him. But
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
let
gonna-
him keep talking.
What
I'm
could
gonna-
go wrong?
hey,
Wait,
I
please.
got it all out of my system. I'm good now. I'm at ease. I'm gonna rub my ring, and I'm gonna kind of in a concerned voice ask him how is the pack? Like what is the situation? Do you need is there something we can do?
He's like, there's no winning at this point. We are going to die. There is almost nothing living to eat. The vampires are so strong. As a pack, we could fight off a couple of vampires at a time, but when there was hundreds, and then there's the strong ones, the Quillen's wives and their children. They are so much more powerful than the others. And the damn winged, demented angel flies over the city and takes whatever it wants. We're in talks of having a final suicide push on the castle. I don't think it'll achieve anything, but it is really all we thought that we could do.
I think you need to hold off on that because you're not attacking the castle without us. I think you just need to give us a little more time, and we're gonna push together.
It's like
I
time has
assume.
not
Yeah,
been on
I assume,
our
and I look
side.
back at everyone.
This time
when
has
you-
not been on our side.
When do you want to do this? When are you planning on doing it?
We had planned on doing it tomorrow, but I'm sure we can push it off a week.
If you could push it off, yeah.
The pack is desperate. We are desperate.
We have some powerful aids at our disposal now, so I think we might be able to turn the tide here.
Yeah,
Just give us a little more time.
We are much different than when you left us 3 years ago. Where is the pack been meeting so that we know where to come?
He reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a small map and he hands it to you. And you look at it, you recognize it as the sewer system. And you can kind of see there's a little like crude mark on it. He's like, "This is where we are sleeping at the moment. As long as the vampires don't find us in the next few days, we will probably still be there. If that changes, we will let you know."
How many souls do you have with you?
You are there. Sorry, Todd. Go ahead.
I said the same thing.
There's 50 of us now. Some of the DZD came to us and asked to be turned so that they would become stronger. Don't know if they are happy with their choice at this point, but they did it.
What?
So we are 50 strong at the moment.
How many were gnomes are there?
He's like, gnome. No.
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 No gnome has asked to be changed. And again, they slam their chests. Force Sandal Root would not change.
See his little teeny puppies go up.
You see like a little bit of pride in Dalcom's face every time they're like, he's like,
no. He's like,
Okay.
Okay.
Does he mean tomorrow his time or our time? Because that could be different.
It does get complicated.
Yeah. We haven't really addressed that.
I mean, we could tell him that right now. As a gentleman, we can tell him what happens.
Perhaps.
I think I've done enough. You can go ahead.
Yeah, I think I'm not really. I don't really know him, so I think I'm looking to the rest of the party and stuff. Perhaps it's best to meet before tomorrow and decide, and maybe stay together.
I do not know. I'm not sure what to do. Good.
Why is tomorrow such an issue? Yes, you.
Well, I'll go ahead, Todd.
Or you say we haven't seen you for 3 years, but for some reason, it has only been a matter of a few months for us since we saw you last. And I do fear that once you leave us today, we may not see you for another year, even though it may be but 4 or 5 hours for us. We want nothing more to join you in this final battle, but we have no knowledge of what will happen to us tomorrow. We do not know why, only that it is. If you have patience, no matter what happens, we will always come for you. But it may be a week, maybe a month, and maybe a year.
Like, yes. Temporal distortion is common here lately. We're walking through doors and not being seen again for long periods of time.
Is there any way to reverse it or even go back to before?
Time is a one-way street. But he looks up at each of you very intently, and he says, "I believe you are the last hope for our pack." He reaches into his pocket, pulls out a silver stopwatch. I'm sorry, not silver, gold. He pulls out a gold stopwatch.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow, that's intense.
And he hands it to you, Thorcom. And he says, "This was given to me by a very old friend, because we knew that if the alpha of the pack was ever to get lost in one of these temporal distortions, that it would cause problems for the pack as a whole. He's like, he takes it out and he shows it to you, and he opens it, like as he hands it to you, and there is a clock on it that's just spinning, like just as fast as it'll go around the thing. And he says, "This will protect you from any temporal anomaly." He's like, you'll be able to see it. It'll look like heat waves coming off of the ground. And you'll know that if you go there, time will change. He's like, I think because you're our best bet, even more than me now, it's more important that you have it. I know my way around the city well, and as long as no more pop up to where it's been, I know my way around. It should be okay.
That's very nice of you.
Thank you for this gift.
Quick idea, because it's really random how these things work. How about we don't separate ways just yet? How about you come with us real quick to the City of the Dead. We'll do a thing. We'll escort you back to your pack. Make sure you don't hit any more anomalies. And last thing we want is you disappearing and for some year and you coming back to nothing. So
I am very sorry, but I cannot. I cannot follow you right now. I must go back to the pack. It is complicated,
do we know,
and it's not something that you would probably understand as being such as yourself. But
I rub my ring.
He looks at that and he kind of like cocks an eyebrow, like, "Well, yeah, that would do it, but you'd have to use it." And he's like, "But I need to be with my pack right now while we deal with our internal struggles."
Understandable. I'm gonna look over to later. Which way were we going for you? I guess I don't know how we're gonna do this, but is it on the way?
Yeah.
That way. You're muted.
You're muted, by the way.
Is what on the way? Is
where we need to go for Lady or on the way to where his pack is, because we have the map, right? So we know where he's going to be.
No,
I'm trying to line up that.
Yeah, it's opposite ways. Like you guys are currently like in the top of the castle district, or the castle ward, and where they are is they're down in the dock ward, and you're needing to go to the City of the Dead, which is the other way.
Nope. No wolf alpha for us, Austin. It's okay.
Is there anything we can
I
do
just want to keep you safe.
help you with this internal struggle you speak of?
He says, "We need food. Like right now, I am giving my life force to the pack to survive. But we need food. We need living flesh."
Keep an eye out.
Dang.
I'll look for some people.
Hey,
everything. So that's
some guys, whatever that we don't like, we can feed them. Feed those guys.
Hold on. Do I still have a spell slot? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter now.
I didn't say anything bad. Don't worry.
No. Well, I guess it wouldn't matter. I don't think Christmas will let me do it.
You can certainly try.
I didn't take all my spells. I literally have a spell called Create Food and Water, but probably
can't you ritual that for like 10 minutes or?
I didn't take an extra spell, but I don't think it would be appropriate, seeing as it's too much.
Yeah, Create Food and Water is more for your kind of species, right? Like it's not like raw meat for werewolves.
He's part vampire now, so maybe it changes.
Oh, that's true. It might just produce blood now. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, blood sausage.
I don't know. I have no idea what my abilities are with that one at this point. Yeah, we'll skip that for now because I didn't take it technically, so I don't think he let me just pick it. So.
Nope.
Valen's gonna say a prayer for the pack.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Do me a favor and roll religion for me.
He's gonna say, should I tell you what I say or just roll
Please.
it? So I'm gonna basically, like I'm standing, but I'm gonna have my head, cocked low, bowing in front of him, and I'm gonna basically say, Dimitri, not Dimitri.
You want me to pray with you? I can.
Dear
I
Lord
don't care.
Dimitri. No.
You show proper
um,
respect. I like that. I realize
no.
in your place. I love that.
Bahamut.
I think is what you're-
Thank you. It is critical that the pack survive. Please, please let some food, animal, bad people, whatever, just something find its way into their hands so that they can keep strong and not grow weak. Something to that effect.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
And then
roll religion for me.
religion.
Solid.
Ooh.
Thank
Okay.
you. Not so bad.
That's
Not bad.
You get this like slight connection in your mind of making the connection to Bahamut, and you hear this kind of like soft music, for lack of a better term. You kind of get the feeling of it's gonna be okay. You should find what you need.
Okay, good enough for me. I'm gonna pull out of it. I'm gonna look up at him and smile and be like, I have a feeling everything's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it.
It's like I hope so. He stands up and he says, I hope to see you all again tomorrow. It's like, and then we'll talk, hopefully, strategy on what we'll do. Because this is the end. I can feel it. For good or ill.
It will be for good. There is no ill. There's only one way for us to go. But yeah, you will see us soon. We look forward to it.
He nods. And he turns around and he walks out the door. And one of the gnomes follows him out. And they kind of disappear outside. The other gnome walks up and like falls kind of flat on his face again in front of Dalcum. And he says, Lord Dalcum, how may we serve?
It's funny because like Dalcum's just like caught off guard a little bit. Thank you for your continued service. It's like, I can't really think of any missions to like or tasks to ask them to do right now.
I'm gonna go fishing. Get these doggies some food.
He nods.
Here's a coupon. Get yourself something nice.
So I'm assuming you kind of say, like, I can't really think of anything at the moment. And he kind of nods. He's like, I understand, sir. He's like, forgive me for intruding, but it sounded like you said you're going to the city of the dead. He's like, it's like, we can make sure that your path is clear. We'll leave markings on the walls to give you a safe path to the city of the dead. So you shouldn't have any interaction with other things until you get there. He's like, I'll be honest with you, no one, even for you, would step foot into the city of the dead. There's too many things there that can be reanimated and become a problem, but we will give you clear safe passage with you all the way to the doors.
That would be most helpful, thank you.
He nods.
We have business that takes us there. And I look over at Leodir. We don't have a choice. We have to go.
He's like, I understand completely. He's like, sir, please forgive me for if this is overstepping, but the men want to see you. And if they hear that you went to the werewolves again before you went and saw your own people, it would be disheartening for them. Of course, no one would ever do anything but negative, of course, but it would be disheartening. I think they would like to see you and hear from you. We would all die for you, sir. We will do whatever it takes.
Thank you for letting me know. We have urgent business in the city at the moment, but please bring back a message to the rest of the group and let them know that I will come by and see them as soon as I am back.
He's like, of course, Sandal Root. And he turns around and like marches out of the building.
Dalcom's like head is kind of low for a second. And it's just like, well,
You got quite the posse there, don't you, Dalcom? I gotta say, I'm starting to get a little jealous. You
hanging with Anomi.
what don't they do for you? My goodness,
You seem
you
nice.
guys are the best.
Let's you want to head to the City of the Dead now?
Let's head to the City of the Dead. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Okay.
We're gonna.
I want to make sure I understand this watch before we leave, though.
Oh, you're leading everywhere we go now.
I know that, but I want to make sure I know what it's doing.
So some of that old hazy things. That's what
It vibrates when you get close.
I don't remember that part,
All right,
but that's what Valen heard. That's sure.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, actually,
Okay.
I was just gonna say, let's take 5 real quick, a pee
Yeah.
or whatever, and then hit the last part of the game tonight. So, you, Thorcom, you had questions about the watch.
I just want to make sure I understand it and like know what I'm looking for before I start leading us places.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's going to be very clear if you see it. It'll look like heat waves protecting doorways or walkways or even just areas, things that might make it to where time will change when you walk through it. It'll be clear. You'll be able to see it when it happens.
Sounds good. Then I will lead the way.
Okay. So you start heading towards Dead City of the Dead, and Dalcom. You see a mark on a wall that you quickly realize is something that your small village used to do, indicate where game was. And so you're able to quickly put together like how this is marking a safe path for you. This is before Sandal Root has already gone out and started to make like path for you guys to get there. So you guys travel safely, following wherever Dalcom points and doesn't point to like where you guys get to where you're going to go. And then between him and then your watch, you don't see anything until you get to the Dead City. And as you're walking, you see a wall of heat kind of things. Like you see it. It's like it's right on the edge of a street crossing. And you realize that is what you're talking about. And if you walked across onto the street to your right instead of down the path you're currently walking, you would go through some kind of time dilation. You don't know what, you don't know how strong it was or anything, but there's definitely something that would have happened if you would have turned to the right.
And only Thorcom can see it, right?
Only Thorcom can see it.
Hmm.
You walk a little farther ways, and you get to the City of the Dead. The City of the Dead is where the whole town of Waterdeep, the whole city of Waterdeep, would send all of those that died. It's a large graveyard, a huge section of the city. But it isn't just like an old creepy graveyard. Like this is where huge mausoleums, incredible things that were designed here, the most powerful of all of Waterdeep was buried here and in full honors. Like this is an incredibly beautiful, or once was beautiful thing. Now it's dark. The huge, massive wrought iron gates that go all around the whole perimeter are 30 feet tall, ornately carved and twisted into the most beautiful ironwork you've ever seen in your life. but you do notice that every 10 feet or so, there's the metal comes out and goes in. And you quickly realize that these gates were originally designed to, in case anything ever happened, the dead couldn't get back out. You come to the large, big metal gates, and they sit open in front of you. These are the gates into the city of the undead, and you go through them.
Yep.
There we go.
Can I investigate the gates before you run through them?
They're gates.
I think Gladiator would literally pause for 2-3 seconds, soak it in, and he doesn't charge in like some of the other party, but he just steadily walks in with a resolve.
Gotcha. And yeah, I think Dimitri, you glance at the gates and like look at them. Like they're not trapped. They're literally just these huge, big, heavy-duty metal gates that have are open.
Are they magical, or
Yeah.
is it just gates?
They're just gates. However, as you get close, you do realize that there's little bits of silver inlaid in all of these heavy iron bars. That was clearly a way to keep undead out.
I'm gonna keep leading the
Or
way.
in, I should say. Okay.
Okay.
You guys go a little farther, and Ladier.
Can I shut the gates behind us? By the way, or are they too heavy?
Yeah, absolutely you can. You pull this thing forward, clang, it clangs short, and you can see the locking mechanism. You twist it, it locks in. The door is now locked. You don't know how many other big, heavy entrances are into the city, but you figure there must be other ones. But this one's definitely locked for now.
Okay.
Into the map, there's 2.
Feel like I did something good.
So you guys continue to walk. Ladier, now that you're inside the City of the Dead, it's very clear where you need to go. That image that had been put into your mind by Silverholt is very clear. So you lead toward them, and you finally get to this one section of the graveyard. I am going to pull up a map here so you can see it, because it's kind of it'll make it easier. Sometime, anytime. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's fun. I didn't put the things on here.
Very dark.
Can you guys zoom out and find your people?
Zoom out.
Maybe.
No.
Zooming out isn't is not.
My people.
It's all black.
The whole thing's black?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see everything.
Yeah, just refresh
Yeah.
it. 'Cause I see it.
All right.
Refresh.
That's really weird. This should definitely have been.
Yeah, I'm still getting
So black.
All right, hold on.
black Sprite tall.
Oh, look at that. Okay. Dimitri. Actually, I think I fixed this. Let's see if this works. That's weird. You didn't reappear. Let's try that again. Still no. There we
Where's
go.
Dimitri?
Oh,
Can you
I
see
see it.
now?
Yep,
Oh,
I see it now.
you're way too
massive
big.
He's
Hold on.
gigantic. He's a titan.
I'm
Yes.
huge.
All right, and then Valen, you can't see either, right?
Mm-mm.
What about you? Whoever.
Oh,
your
now I
name
see.
is.
Now I see it.
Nicey.
I see. Yeah, I re-rolled it again.
Okay. What about you, Dalcum? Can you see?
I'm trying to zoom in, and it's really being.
I had to refresh Roll20 twice.
Yeah, I refresh it. Yeah, second refresh did it for me.
Yeah.
It's you should be
Yeah.
able to see a whole lot. There's like very little black on the actual map.
Okay.
I don't want to. There we go.
Yeah, so you should be able to see now.
Yep, I can see myself. Yep.
Sick.
Thank you.
Okay. Perfect. Okay.
I can
So-
see it all the way to that dude over there with a lion next to him.
Yes, sir.
He's trapped. He's got a net on him.
Okay, so you guys walk into this little section of graveyard. This is clearly must have been one of the nicer sections of graveyard at some point. As you walk in, though, you see across the section up above is a very nice mausoleum, and there's a man dressed up in kind of impressive gear, older, but he is bound hand and feet, hogtied. His face is bloody, his eyes bloodshot. His hair has been ripped, his gray hair has been ripped, and he opens his eyes and sees you across the long way. His mouth is gagged, and he starts like trying to make noises. Ladir, you haven't seen him in a very long time, but that's your father.
So
By the way, I have his name as Lord Gregory. Is that correct?
yeah, that sounds good.
Personal Lord
That's right.
Gregathy.
Gregathy. Yes,
Definitely not
Gregathy.
Gregathy.
The bread leg.
Bread legs.
Actually, you know what? That's not true. That's too meta for this. I want to run. I want to run like all the way to here.
Okay. As soon as you start running forward, you get to about there.
Okay.
There is you hear this dry, twisted laugh. And then sitting above on top of the mausoleum, you see the air kind of twist and turn, and then appearing out of what appeared to be nothing. Vecna appear. He sits on top of the mausoleum, his legs crossed and hanging over the edge, slightly swinging back and forth like a child on a brick wall. His hands are clasped together. His hand, you're correct. His hand is holding his stump. His one eye looking out at you. This twisted smile where you can see too many teeth because half of the skin on his face is gone. Hey, lass, he says, I was hoping you would show up. I must say, I was so looking forward to toying with you to see how powerful you've really gotten in the last 2 years.
Oof. Temporal warp's a son of a bitch.
Come on, Mandel. You almost turned over our side last time, Mandel. You got this.
No, I don't.
I want to
Yes,
cast
you do. You
preparation.
totally almost had her last time.
Who's her? All right, what am I looking at here? What are you casting later? Sorry.
Sorry, I'd like to cast this in preparation of what I think is coming.
Okay. That is on yourself, yes? Yes. Okay, no problem.
Yes.
Hi, Bryce.
I mean, I'll yell at Vecna, but I'd rather not.
You got to roll for initiative, bro.
Did he say roll for initiative?
It's up.
Whoa, what happened here? Why did initiative refill? Hold on. Remember what you guys had.
I don't remember. I already forgot. Sorry, I have to reroll.
Yeah, you already forgot.
Nah, shut up. I can see it. All right, hold on. Yeah, okay, we're clearing this whole thing. All right, sorry. Yeah, I would like. I have brought the initiative tracker up. If we roll initiative, we will do it. But you can roll now if you want. But it hasn't quite started yet. But if anything happens, we're going to. Maybe from him and maybe from you, but I'm just saying, like, at this moment, and I would not suggest moving, because if you do, it'll probably start the thing as well. If you're going to say something, now's the time.
I mean,
You have my father.
Prepared to
Okay.
die.
No.
All right, if you guys aren't going to do it, I'll do it. But I don't really have the relation with Vecna that you guys do, but I'll do it.
Oh, yeah, we have such a relationship with Vecna.
Yes,
we
we
just
did.
went out to
last
tea with
time we
him.
saw him, we almost turned into our side. Don't you remember?
That's not how I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yes,
Sure.
he said instead of destroying us, he's like,
He did
You-
kind of like
you-
I think
he
now's
was-
the
he
perfect
was-
time to have this in person if you're going to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll say, it's not too late for us to see if we can pull Vecna to our side, or at least make him mistrust his master, perhaps. Maybe he won't fight as hard if we can do this. He already has doubts about the power of the void as compared to the 20-eyed god. Maybe we can show him how powerful the 20-eyed god actually is.
He has my father. Father! Like, I shout and I reach my hand out towards.
Whatever.
towards-
I don't care what you guys do.
I'm not stopping you. Like I'm saying, I'm just
You
distracted.
just RPing it. Yeah.
Vecna kind of like leans forward on top of the thing, and he says, "Do you not think I can hear you? I know what you are doing. I know that you want me to distrust Quillen. Of course I distrust Quillen. I distrust everyone."
I think you can hear us, Dimitri.
Good. Well, if you distrust, I would expect you to distrust us. But what you trust is power, then perhaps you should back the actual power of the 20-eyed god, not this pretender Quillen.
Oh,
Power is all there is.
Lady Deer's got a thing when it's time.
He's like, "You pathetic fools. If
not what
you
I heard.
have truly achieved real power, we will find out now, won't we? Don't worry. Unless you're truly pathetic, I will not kill you now. I much prefer to kill you in my lair." And he
So
kind
they-
of like stands up on top of the thing. We're gonna say later.
Lady Deer is super distraught. I mean, he has spent years in time warping years for this
Mhm.
moment. And racking through everything that's happened, he pulls out a piece of the Silverholt silver and he cuts his left hand across the palm and he prays to the 20-eyed god and says, "This is my third offering freely given. Please give me the power I need. Please let me save my father. Please help me to help him and free the city from these horrible people. Please help me to defeat your wicked brother and all those under him."
Wow, that is really interesting. Okay.
Does that work?
I want. What do I want?
I was trying to count blood. I was like, is that number 3?
I've been sitting on that moment for like 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Nice. I was like, that was number 3? Holy crap.
The last
Okay.
time I almost died.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want an Arcana check from you here. However,
Yeah.
I want it flat. And even if you succeed here, you're going to have to make another roll of a D100 to see how much he responds if he responds. But I want to see if first let's do the Arcana check here to see what happens.
Okay, that's
What-
good.
What will a Benny give me?
I'll let you have the 24 for a Benny.
Done.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. You do this. You cut into your hand with the silver Holt thing. The blood swirls in the air for a second. Little lightning bolts as it like swirls above your hand. And I'd like a D100 roll now as well.
Oh. Getting spicy.
Okay. I want everyone to click on their characters and roll initiative.
Okay.
If you've already rolled an initiative, I don't care. Roll it again. We're going to take the first numbers, but if you haven't, please roll now.
Okay, so I stay with my 6.
Yeah, but still roll again, and then we'll just keep the 6 in. As
I want this one though.
I bet.
I have a ability I'd like to use on my initiative.
What's that ability?
At 16.
So I had a 10 originally. I had a 10, but I have an ability that allows me to add one of my superiority die to my initiative roll.
Okay,
So I'm gonna roll a D10 to add to that.
do it.
Okay, so I clicked it. I'm gonna roll my D10. 6. So 16.
Okay. Is that right for everyone?
That's good for me.
Thorcum was 6, Balin was 16, Dalcum was 6, Leodir was 16. That's really weird.
We're missing.
Who are we missing?
Dalcum. I don't see Dalcum.
I don't think Dalcum's either. I see his original one.
My original is okay. Sorry, I misunderstood that part because I thought.
Yeah, just roll again. I screwed it up.
You're good. No, you're good. I swear to God. Oh yeah, it's
Oh,
an
you've had
8.
in a while.
Dimitri, what did you get the first time?
I didn't roll before.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I changed yours for no reason then. Okay. Jeez, 23. Nice job, man.
Yeah, nice job.
No,
Six.
I initiative.
All right, that is the correct. Oh, I need to do Thomas as well. I need to put Thomas on the board for that matter.
Wow.
I totally forgot about Thomas. Okay, there's Thomas, and he's gonna roll his initiative. Somehow I don't have up right now because I'm a terrible person.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. It's Thomas.
Thomas is the man.
He is.
The man behind my back.
Yeah, that's right. All right, initiative.
That's not wrong. Matthew.
Reach around
I told you.
You did call the Brokeback Mountain.
He rolled a freaking 23. Okay.
What in the world, that guy?
Son of a gun.
All right. And then
Because he's got nothing better to do. He's just always on
true.
Outlook.
Okay.
Have Microsoft Outlook at all times.
Oh, he's checking his email. You know?
That's not funny. 2 23s and 2 16. That's so weird. Okay.
And 2 6s.
And 2
and 2
6s.
6s.
Wow.
The blood goes into the air. The arc lightning. And then this blast of red lightning comes down and slams into Leodir. Boom! Hits him. He comes up in the air, like suspended, a good 3 feet above the ground. Lightning just, and you guys all watch as the rose on his shirt catches fire and burns off his lapel.
Oh no.
But the lightning is just nonstop. boom, 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 just over and over again, like him as he's held in the air. What's happening? You're not entirely sure. And his first turn is 100% going to be skipped in combat. With that, Vecna stands up and says, "Oh, yes, this shall be fun." And he reaches out his hand. And with that, we're going to end it for the evening.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
And we're going to find out what this all means for Leodir later and how Vecna, the Whispered One, is going to be.
Oh my
I can't
gosh.
wait. Anyway, that's it for us. Say goodbye to the camera, guys.
Oh.
Good night.
That cliffhanger.